about one word. Round of applause for your 2025 Marian University Marching Band, the Marian Cheer, and Marian Dancers. Be sure to stick around for halftime for Halloween halftime performance. Fans, on this solemnity of all saints, please pause as Father Douglas Hunter, graduate of Marian University, campus chaplain and pastor of St. Roch Catholic Church, leads us in prayer. Let us pray. Gracious and loving God, we thank you for this beautiful day and the gift of community and the joy of Marian University. We ask that you bless our students, alumni, and families, and friends who are gathered here this day. We ask your blessing upon our players and coaches and officials on both teams. Keep them safe from harm and grant them strength and courage and good sportsmanship. May all who take the field do so with integrity and respect. As we celebrate our saints today, may we become more like them as they intercede on our behalf. We ask all this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Fans, please stand and remove your hats as we welcome Raul Lopez, a Marian University student, in a performance of our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad swords and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
beautiful performance.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the north side of Indianapolis, Indiana today as the Fighting Saints are on the road to take on the number 7 team in the country, the Marian Knights. St. Francis 3-4 after a win at Judson last week. They come into this one again with a 3-4 record, 1-1 in the MSFA Midwest. Marian, now again part of the Midwest, number 7 in the country, 7-1 record, 2-0 in the conference, and a 7-game winning streak there, Dave. They lost their opening game of the season. That was back on August 28th at the University of Indianapolis, a D2 program, I believe, a loss 45-21, but they'd rattled off their last 7 in NAIA competition. They are one of the top 10 teams in the country, and I would imagine they have some national championship aspirations this year.
Definitely they do. As you said, number 7 in the nation, and they've scored 46.3 points per game since their opening loss to Indianapolis, which is an NCAA Division II program where they scored 21 points. They have not scored less than 35 points in a game, and Nick, they are averaging 10 points per quarter.
10 points a quarter, and they do it with a mix of run and pass. So they have ballers all over the field, really, which we can get into as the afternoon progresses. But it really all goes through their second-year starting quarterback, Tristan Polk. He's a redshirt senior out of Palmyra, Indiana, completing nearly 63% of his passes. He's over 1,700, well, I guess right at 1,700 yards exactly through the air, 12 touchdowns. But what's even more impressive than all of that is he's only thrown 1 interception all year long.
Yeah, he's averaging about 22 passes a game, and like you said, to have just 1 interception on the season against some of the competition he's faced. You know, those first couple weeks you had Indianapolis, and then you had Indiana Wesleyan in week 4, Taylor, which is a strong team as well, and then Olivet Nazarene last week. So you're going against some really good competition in the defensive backfield, and for him to only give up 1 interception is really an incredible story.
Yeah, it really is, and that's not even the best story on the offense, I would say. That would go to their running back, a senior, Keegan LaBelle, who comes in with 157 carries, 783 yards, and 16 touchdowns. He is just 3 touchdowns away from tying the Marian University record in rushing touchdowns, a record we hope to prevent him from capturing here today, although no other team so far has been able to slow Keegan Bell down. Hopefully the Saints can figure out that formula. As for your Fighting Saints offense, Nate Mull's going to be back at it again as our starting quarterback. How do you look at Judson? I wasn't able to be out at the game, but a little bit of a lesser opponent. Was he able to get in a rhythm and gain a little confidence in that game?
Yeah, and actually he used a lot more receivers. You know, he had been going to Ryan Little a little bit more as of late. Again, an automatic, right? Wherever you throw the ball. But you got Mason Hackman involved a lot more. He caught some passes, but they did stay pretty much to their running game and had a lot of success with that. But like you said, Keegan LaBelle, he's not big.
Nope.
He's 5'7". He's 190 pounds. But the Saints struggled a year ago against him. He had 40 carries, Nick, 290 yards, which is second all-time in Marian history. This is a program that started in 2006, and he had 4 touchdowns against the Saints that day and wrecked their playoff chances in the final game of the season a year ago at Joliet Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, in that game, St. Francis was the 24th ranked team in the country, looking good for a playoff spot. Marian came into that game just receiving votes. They weren't even in the top 25 at that point, but a nice win over our Fighting Saints last year propelled them into the playoffs. Today, playoffs looking pretty good for Marian. St. Francis is going to have to do some work here in conference, and it's going to have to start today. If they want any kind of hope in securing any kind of postseason berth, it's going to have to start today. Slowing down Keegan Bell, figuring out a way to get to Tristan Polk, and figuring out a way to score. And here's the hope for Saints fans. You might be listening to this game saying, oh my gosh, Nick, you guys are praising everything going on with the Marian Knights. Do the Saints stand a chance? And if they do, it's going to be offensively, because for as good as Marian has been, they have given up points. They do give up yards defensively. The points per game that they are giving up are in the high 20s. They give up 350 yards per game defensively. So if the offense for St. Francis is on point today, they do have a shot at keeping to put points on the board.
Yeah, and talking with head coach Joe Curry before the game this afternoon, we talked about that, and specifically Nathan Maw and what he needs to do to be successful. And really, it's to go to the passing game. That's where, if there is a weakness on special teams, offense, defense, it comes in the secondary, Joe Curry said. But what they have to do is the Saints and Nathan Maw have to get rid of the ball quickly, because they have 26 sacks on the season. That is one of the top 5 numbers in the nation. Isaiah Street, number 4, is the main threat there, along with a couple other guys. There's another big defensive lineman. I'll get him as the game progresses. But that is going to be the key. However, the other side of the story, similar to St. Francis's defense, the Saints have picked off 12 passes. That ranks 5th. And Marian has 14 interceptions, and that ranks either 2nd or 3rd amongst all teams. They also have the top interceptor in the nation in Logan Carrington, a free safety cornerback. He's got 6, and Michael Hackman for the Saints is one behind with 5. But that's where the Saints, if we're going to be successful this afternoon, that's where it's going to have to be, because this defensive line, just for Marian, just like the offensive line. The offensive line, 297.0 pounds per man, Nick. And defensively, they've got some big guys as well. And it's going to be tough to get that running game going against them this afternoon.
It sure will be. And if they are, quick decisions, the right decision quickly for Nate Maul is going to be what it comes down to for him, as the president of Marian University drives his 3-wheel Spider across the field here at Ascension St. Vincent Field. You got to love it, as he leads out the Marian Knights football team through the tunnel, the inflatable tunnel to our right. Marian did win the coin flip they elected to receive, so we will see Tristan Polk, Keegan Bell, and that big offensive line up first for Marian. Tristan Polk, again, second-year starter, senior local kid. And what's amazing with what Marian can do with this program, first off, they haven't been around for very long, about 20 years. 2007, I believe, was their first season. But it didn't take them long to not only become relevant, but become a threat in the NAIA, getting to the national title game just 6 years after the program's inception in 2006. And they continue to do it with local products. You look up and down the 2-deep depth chart here, and it's all Indiana kids, a lot of Indianapolis kids. But they really tap into the wealth of local talent here in the Indianapolis and greater Indiana region, and they find the great players that want to stay home, and they got a beautiful home here for them to play.
And there's another, this what would be the north side of Indianapolis. On the south side of Indianapolis is the University of Indianapolis, which is a Division II program. So, you're going a private school against a state school, and you're able to get all those numbers.
Yep, for sure. And we will have the kicking team for St. Francis out. Adrian Guerrero is going to get us going here in just a moment. Adrian having a fantastic year so far, kicking the ball, perfect on PATs. His punting has become much more consistent and definitely an asset for St. Francis. He will kick us off going right to left. Sun is behind him, and so is the wind. Right to left wind today. Bit of a strong breeze, I would say. Nothing too crazy, but could be a factor in the kicking game. We mentioned the offense and defense for Marian, but let's not forget the special teams as well. They have a 2-time MSFA Special Teams Player of the Week, Elijah Price, who is back to return the kick. They got players all over the field, both sides of the ball, every level. It's going to be a tough task for the Saints today. Adrian approaches, puts his right boot into it, and it angles right, and the kickoff will be returned from the 10-yard line for the Knights. Back up to the hash marks, taken down at around the 26-yard line. Here comes Tristan Polk and company with that great running back, Keegan LaBelle. 3 touchdowns away from a school record for him. I know they're going to try to look to break that today, as they got maybe a game against Judson tomorrow, maybe an opportunity for a little rest for some of the stars if they can get that historical mark for number 27. And he sticks out like a sore thumb on the offense because of his size, his smaller stature. He's so small compared to pretty much everyone on the field, but man, what a tough runner he is.
Yeah, Polk comes in at 6'4", 230, and Keegan LaBelle, 5'7", 190.
They're going to throw here on first down, first play, going for the home run. He's wide open down the field, and he just missed Jamison Coverstone, the junior. He got loose down the seam, but Polk just led him a bit too far. Coverstone did get a hand on it when unable to bring it in. So second down after the home run trying on the first play of the game.
Yeah, he was one-on-one with Michael Hackman, the free safety for the Saints, and had him beat by 2 to 3 steps, and the throw was just a little bit too far.
I thought he overthrew him by 5 yards. It was impressive to see him race underneath and give himself a chance there. Polk in the shotgun. Keegan LaBelle to his right. 2 wide outs, 1 on each side, and a tight end right. They're going to hand off to LaBelle. Dancing, shifting. Brought down just past the 30, give him the 32. So pick up a 5 on the first touch by Keegan LaBelle. 3rd and 5 on the way for the Marian Knights. Marian 50% on third downs, 51 for 102 coming into the game. Pretty good percentage.
And Joe Curry, the head coach for the Saints, just talked about how hard it is to tackle Keegan LaBelle.
It's very difficult, and we're going to get a penalty flag. And penalties have been an issue for St. Francis. I didn't see exactly if offensive linemen flinched. Get the call here from our white hat.
I think it's going to be on St. Francis, yep. It was the interior line that time. I'm not sure if it was Bryce Pollard.
Penalties, huge issue for the Saints.
Pollard was there and Isaac Johnson, both on the interior front line. And they jumped, and then the the center jumped for Marian, but he was coaxed offsides by those two guys. So it'll be first down for Marian at their own 37-yard line.
Don't need to give them any extra first downs, that's for sure. Polk takes the shotgun, snap, gives to LaBelle, runs into the second level. Nice push from his offensive line at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, second down and 4 coming up as they approach midfield.
And Keegan LaBelle averaging 5 yards a carry. You get 3 downs to get a first down. So if you're getting 5 yards on every carry, you don't need many third down conversions. And they're good at that. 50% rate on the season, and a perfect 9 for 9 on fourth down, Nick.
Yeah. 2nd and 4 for Marian. First drive of the game from their own 43-yard line. Blitz coming from St. Francis right up the middle from Richards. That's right where Keegan Bell goes. He spins out of it, hit again, and taken down for a loss. Keegan Bell doesn't go down behind the line of scrimmage too often, but he was cleaned up there by Nico, the defensive end for St. Francis. Loss of 1. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Knights.
And also there to finish him off was Nick Franciscovich. So good job of the St. Francis defense reading that. Coming in with the blitz. I don't know if it was Alan Richards or Carson Hansen that time. It might have been Alan.
3rd down and 5 in the shotgun is Polk. Bell to his right. They're going to throw here on 3rd. St. Francis rushing 3, flushing Polk out. He's on the run. Hit once, hit twice. Big hit behind the line of scrimmage, and down he goes. Coming up to make the stick was Rob Baranowski, the sophomore safety, and a punt situation for Marian. Great job defensively to start the game by the Saints.
And really good job by the Saints in the defensive backfield. If you saw that play, I think they had 3 different sets of receivers out there, and there was great coverage by the Saints defensive backfield that time. So Marian's going to come on to punt with one of the nation's top punters in the NAI.
Yes, it is. He is Dean Mason, left-footed punter. This one kind of shanked a bit. Short punt, bounced at the 27 and out of bounds into the St. Francis bench. So a bit of a break there field position-wise. And here comes Nate Mall and company. Nate Mall, a freshman out of Minooka, 53% through the air. Coming up on 1,600 yards, 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, averaging 226 points a game. And he's going to need all those receivers out there, led, of course, by Ryan Little. Ryan, a junior out of Lockport, 37 catches, 593 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaging 16 yards per reception. Got to get number 4 in on this early. Aaron Larkins, the starting tailback. They're going to start in the pistol. Shot or a snap back and pitch to the left side, and that is caught by Mason Hackman near the line to gain.
So we talked about last week, I think it was Mason Hackman had either 3 or 4 receptions. Most of them were coming from the right side. That's where he lines up on the inside, the slot position, along with Ryan Little to the outside.
Picked up 8 on the play, 2nd and 2 for St. Francis, their own 35-yard line. Make it the 36. Mullen the pistol, takes a snap, first give to Larkins, and he's hit by one of the linebackers at the line of scrimmage, no gain. I couldn't catch the number, but I'm going to go on a limb here and think it was Cade Hausman because he is their leading tackler. Cade Hausman, number 22, our redshirt sophomore, 65 tackles, had 17 tackles last week. Mull getting those guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. 3rd down and 2 for St. Francis on their first drive of the game. Corners up tight, not allowing the quick pass. Nate Mull rolling right, fires on the run right through the hands of Friddle, and incomplete. It was a good pass. Would have been a nice pickup and a first down, but Friddle unable to hang on.
Yeah, it would have been nice to pick up that first down again. The Saints will have to watch it this afternoon. They ran just one play as a running play and no gain, and that's where they're concerned a little bit, that they're not going to be able to do too much on the ground, and that's maybe why they went to the pass on 3rd and 2, Nick.
Guerrero on, and he's going to be an important factor today, too. Can't give Marian any short fields here. Montassi Clay back to return. He barely got the punt off. Running up to make the fair catch at the 36 is Clay, and that is where Marian will start. Guerrero lucky to get that one off. He was under duress.
For sure. Yeah, it was good snap, and he just dropped it, and they weren't bringing too much pressure. But it was enough that it could have been blocked, like you said. So Marian starts its second drive, 10 yards closer than its first drive. Started at the 27 after the opening kickoff. This one starts at the 37.
2 safeties for St. Francis. Corners are up tight. Polk in the shotgun. LaBelle to his left. He gives to Keegan. Going right, bounces left, and look at all the open grass in front of him to the 50-yard line, but he just slipped and fell at the 50-yard line. And you just saw the talent there by Keegan LaBelle, bouncing off a tackler in the backfield, spins around, and sprints like an Olympic sprinter to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, 14-yard pickup. He was running to the left side, and there were 2 Saints there, 2 linemen. I think Nico Friesick was one of them, maybe Bryce Pollard the other one. They couldn't grab him. Then he comes to the other side. Nice job by the quarterback that time of providing the lead block, Tristan Polk, and frees up LaBelle for 13 or 14 yards.
Inside run by LaBelle, stopped by Hansen at the 50. That's actually going to be a loss of a yard. So second tackle for a loss for St. Francis, getting in there. 2nd and 11 coming up at midfield.
You know, and obviously seeing a film on LaBelle from last year and what the Saints did defensively, or should we say what they didn't do defensively, they've obviously come up with a different game plan this time around, and so far it's been fairly successful. He had the 14-yard pickup, but he's also had a couple plays of no gain or loss.
We got a blitz on Polk. He escapes and fires to the right side. It's complete and not quite enough for the first down out to Aiden Warner, the junior wide receiver. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 at the St. Francis 43.
Let's see if the Saints can get a stop here, but I'm thinking Marian might go for it on 4th down if they don't get it here.
We got one of the best running backs in the country. Third down, Polk in the shotgun, takes a snap, gives to Keegan LaBelle. Going to outside, St. Francis, nearly had him. A flag comes in from the opposite side of the field and a near side flag as well. They have to be different penalties. I don't know if they saw the same thing.
I think the near side penalty is going to be a face mask on the Saints. It might have been.
The best you can hope for here is offsetting penalties.
Yeah, it might have been Alan Richards, I believe. I'm not sure on the far side. Might have been holding.
Microphone.
Personal foul, chop block, offense, numbers 88 and 63. Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 55. Those penalties offset. Third down.
So they're going to redo third down. We had a illegal block on Marian, personal foul variety on the first flag, and then a face mask on St. Francis on the near side. It's just another example of penalties destroying any kind of momentum St. Francis can get going here.
You know, it was real interesting that two guys blocked below the waist for Marian. That's interesting.
Third down and 4. They're going to give to LaBelle. Inside run. Nothing there.
Nice
And down
job.
he goes. It's Alan Richards on the tackle for a loss. So far, they are all over Keegan LaBelle. That's a loss of 2. Third tackle for a loss on Keegan. It's going to bring up 4th down and 5, and they're going to bring their great punter, Dean Mason, out for the second time today. But be careful here. This is kind of prime fake punt territory.
For sure. At the St. Francis 45. 8:15 left to play first quarter. No score. Saints and number 7 Marian.
Connor Angstrom back to return the punt if he gets an opportunity. Angled right. Angstrom will go underneath it at the 8-yard line. No fair catch called for. He's going to try to do his best. Ball comes out.
And I think the Saints, it landed in the hands of the Saints. Who was there? Let's see.
I think Connor Angstrom.
No, Nathan Shute.
Woo.
Yeah, fortunately, the ball bounced right in Nathan Schute's hand as he was actually being taken down. So good job, good concentration by Nathan Shute. But the Saints will have it at their own 11-yard line.
Well, we've seen the two real problems the Saints have had this year already show its face. Penalties and fumbles.
Yep.
Thankfully for the Saints, that one bounces in our favor.
And again, deep in your own territory, you got to be very careful here.
7:57 to go, first quarter. Teams trading punts early on here.
Larry Stringham in the backfield now.
Friedel, yo-yo motion to the left. They hand off to Larry. No play action. They find Little on the quick slant up to the 22-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down for St. Francis, their first such of the game.
11-yard pickup. Nice quick hitter, and that's, again, what you have to do against this front line of Marian that can get in the Saints' backfield very quickly.
3 wide receivers for St. Francis on first down here. Nate to throw. Lobbing down the sideline left, and that should be a hold. There's got to be a penalty on that.
There it is. Yep, pass interference.
They were
for
holding.
sure.
Yeah, they were holding on Ryan Little's right arm the entire way as he tried to go up the left sideline, and a pass interference penalty will give the Saints their second first down.
I think Ryan Little, if the Saints can have success with their passing game this afternoon, is going to have a big afternoon himself.
If he's single coverage, and I don't care who it is, I throw him the ball as they announce the pass interference.
And Ted Karras, the head coach from Marian, not happy with the call, giving it to the side judge.
I'm not sure what. I mean, we saw it from up here, right?
Yeah, they were saying that it was on St. Francis, but to no avail.
First down for the Saints up to their 37-yard line. String them behind Maul and the pistol. 2 tight ends are left, 2 wide receivers, Bew and Little. They're going to hand off on first down, and it's going to go nowhere. Much of what we thought how the running game might go today against this stout defensive front for Marian.
Yeah, so far, 2 running plays for the Saints for 0 yards?
That would be correct. Larkins tried once and Stringham tried once.
No, not sure if you're just going to have to try to get to the outside.
You see, I mean, you got to at least try to run the ball and keep them honest, right? Yeah.
And obviously, experiment, test things out early on.
2nd and 10 at the 47 for St. Francis. Corners tight. They're going to try to run it again with Stringham to the left. He tries to string it out, but he was brought down after just a yard up to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, the defensive front line for Marian is quick, and they are big. 6'2", 240, 6'4", 290, 6'2", 275, and 6'5", 240. And the 240s are on the outside, which makes them quicker.
3rd down and 9. Here's Mull to throw. Blitz coming. Lets it go. One-on-one with Little down the sideline, and didn't get a flag on that one, an incomplete, overthrown him just a little bit. And a lot of jawing between Yazine Falk, the quarterback, and Ryan Little. I look forward to watching that matchup unfold today.
Ryan's pretty good at that himself. We're not gonna say he's an altar boy by any stretch of the imagination.
Yep. Nate Wallace just got to give Ryan a chance at those balls. He can't overthrow him too much.
We saw him having fun with the cornerbacks from Indiana Wesleyan a few weeks back.
Let's see how many they bring here on the 4th down punt from Guerrero. Good snap, and nearly got there, but a decent punt. Angled right from Adrian. Took a St. Francis bounce, and out of bounds at the 25 or 26-yard line. Good punt from Adrian. We flip the field again. 6:06 to go. First quarter, no score between St. Francis and Marian. Marian coming off a victory against Olivet Nazarene, a close game. The Tigers kept that close out in Bourbonnais, lost by 8 points, kind of back and forth that entire time.
Yeah, Olivet, that was a shootout similar to the Marian Indiana Wesleyan game that was here.
Olivet up to number 22 in the country. Actually, they were 19th in that game. The loss to Marian dropped them a few. But Marian and Olivet, the two teams out of the Midwest in the top 25. Here's the first down play. Keegan LaBelle going left this time. Look at him break tackles. He just does not go down on first contact when he gets ahead of steam and picks up 5 up to the 32.
Michael Carver makes the stop that time from his linebacker spot. He checks out. Rob Baranowski and Ryan Bannis check back in for the Saints.
2nd and 5. If Keegan LaBelle gets it, you better tackle him immediately, because if he gets those legs going, he is so hard to tackle. Polk in the gun, the give to LaBelle. They crash on LaBelle, but he is able to push forward for 4. No, they give him 5 and a first down. He averages 5 and picked up 5.
Alan Richards on the tackle that time for the Saints.
And that's a decent defensive play on Keegan LaBelle, but he still picks up a first down on 2 runs.
Gotten him at the line of scrimmage about 3 or 4 times, so that's been a good thing.
Look at the linebackers cheat on LaBelle here. Here comes a blitz. They throw it into it. He is complete outside. It's complete to Charles Vanden, the sophomore out of Indy, his 7th catch of the season. He picks up 6 on the out route. Make it 7, 2nd and 3 to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, just a quick, simple pass to the outside, and that's what they like to do. And when you get that and you give a little bit on St. Francis, obviously that's why the quarterback has only thrown 1 interception all season long.
4:24 to go, no score, low snap, give to LaBelle. He's tracked down in the backfield again. Careful that wasn't a face mask, no flag, and another loss. Keegan LaBelle looking a bit frustrated early on in this St. Francis defense that's keying in on him.
I'll tell you what, that was Alan Richards again. And Richards, I don't know if you saw it, Nick, he actually had a defender, a guy guarding him, and at the same time that he took down LaBelle. So great defensive play by Alan Richards. He's already got 4 or 5 tackles.
3rd and 5 with 3:49 to go. 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. Keegan LaBelle in the backfield there to block. Here rushing 4 are the Saints. They get to Polk. He's taken down. It was a forward pass. He was looking to try to get it to Keegan LaBelle, but LaBelle was out blocking. Nearly a sack. They throw it away on 3rd down and another punt for Marian. St. Francis defense looking good.
Really, really good. Very good. And you're playing without a couple, 3 starters from the beginning of the season, right? Got Trey Sayers, Nick Babudis, and CJ.
4th down. Here is Mason again. 3rd punt of the quarter. Gets this one away. A low spiral. Will bounce at the 27. It nearly plunked Ryan Bannis, but he ducked underneath the ball to let that go out of bounds, thankfully. And here comes Nate Mall. Let's see if this drive is the one that sees them push the ball down the field here. Beautiful day here in northern Indianapolis. few fair weather clouds in the sky. The field soaked in sun, and actually we are pretty close to the Indianapolis airport, and it's right in the landing path of the airport, so we get a lot of really cool views of some planes as they land here at the Indy airport. Maul in the pistol here, 2 wideouts left, 1 to the right. Friddle motions from left to right, and the D line shifts that way. Here's Nate to throw on the snap. Nothing downfield. Tried to check it down to Little. Incomplete. I think he thought Little might break to the sideline, but the break came a little bit late. Incomplete.
For sure, and really good job by the offensive line that time, giving Nathan Maul a lot of time. He took about a 3-step drop, didn't see anything initially, then stepped up a little bit, still had plenty of time, and then, like you said, just thought Ryan Little was coming to the outside, and Ryan stayed in his position.
Corners are off. It's going to be a run for Sorensen in at quarterback, trying to get something going on the ground. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. A nice pickup from Johnny Sorensen, about 4 or 5 yards there. Johnny had a nice game last week, had a nice long 54-yard touchdown run. He does pick up 5, so 2nd and 10 becomes 3rd down and 5. Another 3rd down try deep inside their own territory here for the Saints. Corners off the 3 receivers. 2 left, 1 right. Tight end Friddle left. Nate to throw. Looking downfield. Wide open was Ryan Little, but he overthrew it over his head. I'm not sure what Nate was looking at, but Little was wide open, and he nearly threw an interception.
Absolutely wide open.
Marian was in a zone defense, and Ryan found a huge hole in that zone. But Nate missed him.
Yeah, it was about a 10-yard and curl in, and like you said, there was nobody within 5 to 7 yards of Ryan Little that time. Would have been a 1st down pickup. Instead, the Saints will have to punt for the 3rd time this afternoon.
I think Nate may have thought he was running a go route instead of that curl. Guerrero gets off another good punt. Opportunity to return here, though, from the 37. Nice job forcing him to the sideline and out of bounds. Not much of a return, maybe 3 yards to the 41. 2:39 to go, first quarter, no score. Marian and St. Francis trading punts here for the first 13 minutes.
Yeah, 3 punts for each team. 2:39 left to play, no score.
Just keep the pressure on Polk and LaBelle. That's the name of the game right now for that St. Francis defense. And who can make the adjustments on offense is going to be the question. First down for Marian at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, you really haven't seen either team give in terms of changing their game plan. Let's see if it changes here.
Wide receiver screen and need to make a good tackle. And look at the wide receiver push up to the 44. He was hit at the line of scrimmage. The Saints had that well defended because there were 2 cornerbacks on those 2 receivers, and they were able to get the hit on right away, but a nice push by Aiden Warner again to pick up 4.
And a good job by the Saints. Was one-on-one tackle there, and then they got some extra coverage. Ryan Banis was there, Nick Franciscovich, and Michael Hackman. So good team tackling that time, limiting it to a 4-yard pickup.
2nd and 6 for St. Francis. Play action. Polk looking, fires deep. He's covered well. Adjustment made, but out of bounds. Incomplete. 3rd down coming up for Marian.
Nathan Shute on the coverage that time for the Saints, and good job. It'll be 3rd and 6 now.
Warner, the wide receiver, was out of bounds, but a heck of a catch. What concentration to even catch the football. He's going to have to come out of the game as well, and in for him comes Riley Palmeter, the junior.
Saints need a big stop here on 3rd down.
Again. So
again,
far up to the task.
Yeah, this Marian team, again, 50% on 3rd downs, and that has not been the case this afternoon.
They're 0 for 4 now. Here is the play. Dropping, throwing to the outside, wide open at the 40-yard line for the Saints. There was a miscommunication in that defensive backfield for St. Francis, allowing an 18-yard pickup to the St. Francis 40, and for the first time, an offense is in plus territory here, I think.
Gain of 16 on the play results in a first down.
And those are, again, the mistakes you can't have.
Yep.
That's what we saw against St. Xavier a couple weeks ago, allowing them to get down the field. So another first down here for Marian.
The big quarterback, Tristan Polk, 6'4", 230. In the shotgun, takes the snap. 3 wide receivers left. He's looking that way. Flag comes in. Wide receiver is wide open at the 22, but I think that's coming back because of a hold on Marian.
Sure. Yep, absolutely.
I'm still a little dismayed on how wide open Montassi Clay was on that route, but St. Francis the benefit of a Marian penalty here.
Yeah, the penalty was on Trenton Allen, 6'6", 285, right tackle. We'll take it. Is that the second penalty for, first one offensively for Marian, I believe?
So the Saints had 61 penalties coming into today. Marian's got 58.
Yeah.
They're not too far behind St. Francis. And I see some palms in the sky here with that St. Francis D. They finally get set. 3 down linemen, first down at the 50. First and 20 for Marian at midfield. Polk, plenty of time, clean pocket, fires downfield, one-on-one. Nate
intercepted.
Nate shoots there for the pick at the 10, and the return is on, looking for some help. Out to the 20, to the 23. First turnover of the game is a takeaway for Nate Shute.
And just the second interception thrown by the quarterback for Marian.
And that is Nate Schute's second interception of the game. Had one last week, a 53-yard pick six against Judson, and a big one here inside St. Francis territory.
And really, it was good coverage by the Saints.
Yep.
And the quarterback from Marian, he didn't see anybody else and knew he had to throw the ball, so he thought, hey, I'm going to challenge the St. Francis defensive backfield. He did, and Nathan Shute won out.
And you know what? His defense has been pretty good, so maybe that gives him a little more confidence to throw a challenged ball. Here's Nate Mall on first down. Pressure coming. Gets out. Flips it outside to Abu Bakar Berry past the 30 to the 31-yard line. Nice pickup on a broken play for the Saints.
Yeah, Nathan Mall could have ran that ball. Probably would have had hit the same spot either way, but instead flips it out to Berry, and the Saints pick up 8 yards on the first down play.
Second down at the 32 for St. Francis, their own 32. Final 12 seconds of the first quarter coming up.
You know, we talked about, both teams staying with their game plan.
Yeah.
Actually, Marian a little bit went to the pass that last series a little bit more than they have previously, and it cost them. So a great first quarter for the Saints.
That might have been the best quarter of football that we've seen this St. Francis defense play. Very, very solid defensive effort from the Saints. Offense, predictably tough. It's going to be a tough game against this Marian D, but no score as we've reached the end of the first quarter. Tristan Polk, only 4 for 8 for 34 yards, no touchdowns and an interception. St. Francis, Nathan Mall, 3 for 7 for 27 yards. The story's been the rushing attacks for both teams. Keegan LaBelle, 9 carries, 29 yards. Had a long of 14, only averaging 3.2 per touch, about 2 yards shy of his average for the season. St. Francis has had 3 runners of the football. Aaron Larkins, no yards on 1 carry. Larry Stringham, 2 carries, 1 yard. And Johnny Sorensen, 1 carry for 4 yards. So not much to talk about there for the Saints either.
And the Saints now, Nick, with 9 quarters of not having yielded a touchdown. They've only given up really 3 points in those 9 quarters. That was the field goal late in the game against St. Xavier.
Looks like Boubacar Berry is, right? Is that Berry?
Yep.
Berry, the tailback here in the pistol as we flip sides of the field. 2nd and 1 as St. Francis going left to right now to start our second quarter. Back to Mall. Gives to Berry. He actually breaks free into the second level up to the 38-yard line. That's a first down on the ground for St. Francis. That's really their best run of the game.
Yeah, 5-yard pickup that time. Sorensen had the 4-yarder, and then, as you mentioned, 1 and 0 yards for the other carries. See if the Saints can put together a nice little drive here and run some time off the clock and get into the end zone.
32 total yards for St. Francis, 63 for Marian. First down for the Saints at their own 36. Friddle motions left to right. Defensive line shifts. Mall, quick drop, quick pass to Hackman out to the 46. Hold on to the ball. Nice fight there by Hackman. Fighting against 3 Marian defenders, and he picks up 8. 2nd and 2 at the 45.
Yeah, the quarterback or free safety for Marian, J.T. Downey, junior defensive back, was actually trying to pull the ball away from Hackman, and he hung on to it and picked up the 8 yards.
Nate Mall, quick clap, said, hey, let's go, guys. Barry on the inside run, and he'll pick up a first down, pick up a 3, make it 4 to the 49-yard line.
Great job by Barry of reading that defense and seeing where that hole was right behind center, saw an opening to the right side, cut in and picked up 4 yards and another first down for the Saints. The one nice thing that you're seeing, Nick, that we've been a little bit inconsistent, especially against the better teams, is you're getting a second and short situation after big first down pickups.
Nate Mall, 3-step drop. Check down out to Barry across the 50. Houseman, the big tackle, but a completed pass only there for only gave him the 49. Actually, I thought he was further downfield than that, but 2 yards for Barry on the catch. 3rd and 8, or 2nd and 8. Pardon me. Nate Mall not trying to do too much today, keeping it simple, hitting the quick slants, the checkdowns. Cornerbacks well off the receivers now for the Saints. Barry back into his spot in the pistol behind Mall. 2nd down and 8. Mall rolling left. Fires on the run. That was a really tough pass. Did that get picked off?
Nope.
No, it didn't. It's incomplete. He was rolling left, fired across his body, tried to thread the needle in there to Ryan Little, but it's those kind of decisions you can't have. And really, Nathan, He's missed a few open receivers. I know Ryan Little was wide open in the previous drive. Those decisions have to be good if you're going to go against a top 10 team in the country.
Yeah, and that time there were 2 defenders on Ryan Little, and actually when Mall threw the pass, one of the defenders was in front of Little and had the opportunity for the interception.
3rd and 8 here for Nate Mall, directing some traffic. Takes the snap. Here comes pressure. Fires to the outside. Overshot. Friddle. And incomplete. It would not have been enough for the first down. Anyway, Adrian Guerrero on to kick it away for the first time this quarter. 12:34 to go in the first half. Still no score.
Longest drive of the afternoon for the Saints in terms of plays, 9 plays. But for the second time, they did pick up a couple first downs. I believe this is the first time they've gotten into Marian territory, but nonetheless, it's 4th down just inside the 50-yard line, and that'll bring Adrian Guerrero on to punt.
Marian with a safe punt return here. Good snap back to Adrian. Nice high hang time here. Their return opportunity, no, a fair catch made at the 10-yard line. And some more jawing. St. Francis may be getting a little more confident after a solid first quarter and change. Pinning Marian, that is, inside the 15-yard line. Another great job by Adrian Guerrero, who we were talking about on the ride down here today, having a really nice season, kicking the ball in both fashions, place kicking and punting. So far, 4 punts today, averaging about 34 per brute. Here comes Tristan Polk with the sun at his back.
Farthest, deepest Marian has been to start a drive at their own 11-yard line.
LaBelle inside carry, hit a huge hole. Gets past the safety. Bounces outside. Only one man can try to get him. And he will race past him. There is the big play from their big playmaker, Keegan LaBelle. Had him pinned, and he goes for 90 to the house.
Wow.
You saw why Keegan LaBelle is one of the best running backs in the country right there.
Yep, 89-yard touchdown run starting at their own 11, and it was just a simple play. Up the gut, left side, got free. Couple missed tackles by the Saints. And Keegan LaBelle, I mean, the speed that he has, he got past a couple of the St. Francis defensive backs who are pretty speedy themselves.
Xavier Gary was the only one who could have tracked him
and
down.
And now what are they going to say? He was out of bounds?
Oh, they did push him out of bounds. And St. Francis wants a timeout because they weren't even ready. I don't think anyone knew. They say he did go out of bounds. Looks like Xavier Gary did track him down.
I did not see that.
Wow, I thought they put 6 on the board too, but not the case. No touchdown. He was out of bounds at the 32. And the St. Francis defense had no idea. It looked like it. What a strange turn of events that is.
So it'll go officially as a, what, let's see, 70, 68, 57 yards, I believe.
Yeah, 57 yards, indeed. He's got 86 yards on 10 carries right now.
All right, let's take advantage of this and hold them from here like we did on each of their first 4 drives.
If there is a weakness, and I guess I can't say weakness because I don't know for sure, but maybe their place kicking game. We haven't talked about Ashton Vogel yet. He's a freshman kicker for Marian. Hasn't had too many opportunities, but been a bit shaky.
Yeah, 4 for 8 on field goals, and most of the misses have been between 30 and 39 yards.
All right, St. Francis, a bit of an opportunity here. Thought Keegan LaBelle had a 90-yard touchdown, but instead it goes for a 58-yard field flipper. First down at the 31 of St. Francis for the Marian Knights. LaBelle left of Polk. He's going to throw. Clean pocket, fires left on the slant. It is complete. One-footed hop as the St. Francis defender held on to the other one, but they're inside the red zone to the 13-yard line, making the play. I believe that was Charles Vaden.
19-yard pickup on that play, so 2 big plays for Marian here to start its 5th drive of the afternoon.
All right, come on, boys. Step up here. Into the red zone goes Marian, someplace where they've been very effective. 34 out of 40 times in the red zone they've scored touchdowns. 85% clip. First down at the 14. Fake to LaBelle. Tristan Polk keeps it. Hit at the 5 and nearly into the end zone. It'll be first and goal from the 3 on the quarterback keeper from the big quarterback, Tristan Polk.
Yeah, nice run. Nice design play that time. Tristan Polk, as you said, a big guy. He just the bootleg to the left side and picks up about 12 yards. Puts it down to the St. Francis 2-yard line.
Polk averages about 20 yards a game, so that's pretty much it. He's good for one of those a game. 2 receivers right. LaBelle right next to Polk in the shotgun. 2 tight ends on first and goal from the 3 for the Knights. Handoff to Bell to the outside, and he will dive for the pylon and make it in. He didn't get the touchdown earlier. He gets it now. First points on the board from the Marian Knights. And now 2 touchdowns shy from Marian football history for Keegan LaBelle. Some great blocking on the left side of that play for Marian.
On to kick for your Knights. Out of the hole, Dean Mason.
Mason, the punter, will hold. Ashton Vogel puts his right boot into it. Looks good from here, and it is.
4 plays, 89 yards. Nick took just 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and it was the farthest Marian had to travel. It was their worst field position of the afternoon of their 5 possessions that they had, and they come away with 7 points. And again, it's one of those things where it's every play. You gotta make the play on every play against a team that's ranked 7th in the nation, and one slip up and leads to an eventual touchdown for Marian here.
Yeah, Keegan LaBelle's a touchdown waiting to happen every single play. If you don't make the tackle, if you're not on point every moment on defense, he will burn you. And he did it there. 10:22 to go first half. 7-0 Knights here in Indianapolis. Marian coming off a 34-28 win against Olivet. Kind of a close game, and we talked about how good their offense was, but that game really was the special teamers from Marian that came through. Elijah Price had a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Special teams also set up the final score thanks to a 40-yard punt return from Clay that gave Marian a short field inside the 30. Keegan LaBelle had a touchdown there. Isaiah Street ended the game with a second consecutive strip sack to end ONU's final drive. So an onside kick possibility here as it finally gets to Carl Bew on the kickoff, the return from the 5. Looking for some open space. He can only get to the 15-yard line. Good coverage by the Marian special teamers.
Yeah, perfect spot actually for the kick by the kicker that time. Carl Bew was to the near side more. He kicked it to the far side. It landed about the 10, frittered around there a little bit, and then Carl Bew finally picked it up, but was able to only return it for about 5 yards, and The Saints will start at their own 15-yard line, and they've started at their 28, their 11, their 23, and their 20.
And now at their 15, Stringham behind Mall. Low snap, but he's got it. Looks right, nothing there. Fires the other side. Nice adjustment by Hackman, but he was unable to stay in bounds. Ooh, nearly intercepted, it appears. Donovan Rhodes says he caught the ball, but Nate Mall let that one flutter in the air for quite a long time. Lucky.
Yeah, and I think even if Hackman catches it, I think he was out of bounds.
Yeah. Second down and 10 for Saints at the 15. That touchdown, by the way, for LaBelle gives him 15 straight games with a touchdown. That is another Marian program record. Stringham behind Sorensen now. Yeah, Johnny Sorensen in the game, which is pretty much exclusively a run situation for St. Francis. Two tight ends right. He does not hand off. He keeps it with some blockers in front. Johnny's got to make a play here. Bounces to the outside and picks up a first down. That's a huge first down for Johnny Sorensen and the Saints to at least give him a bit of breathing room out to the 26.
And I'll tell you what was interesting about that play is
tight ends.
they moved their their cornerback in on that particular play, and to the outside. And in a lot of plays, as we've seen, Sorensen always runs to that side. He came in too far, and Sorensen got the first down pickup. He had plenty of room as somebody took out that cornerback.
Was that Friddle at cornerback that time?
No, that was Sorensen again.
Okay, Sorensen handed off to Stringham on a pickup of 2 then. Sorensen will take his spot again at quarterback. Nate Mall on the sideline, Johnny Sorensen in. Running a bit of an option here, I believe, whether he's going to hand off to Larry or keep it on the ground. Second down and 8 to go. He's going to throw. Sorensen lets it fly on the sideline, and it was nearly intercepted, nearly caught by Little, and then nearly intercepted again after it bounced off the players into the air. Thankfully for the Saints, it falls to the ground, incomplete. Trying to give Ryan Little a shot in a one-on-one opportunity, but nearly was disastrous. Brings up 3rd and 8 for St. Francis at their 28-yard line. Nate Mall back into the game at quarterback.
Yeah, and I actually thought there might have been a little bit of pass interference on that play.
Could have been. Tight ends left, 2 wideouts right. Here on 3rd and 8. Here comes the blitz from Marian. Drop, snap, jump. Wow! Oh, he gets Stringham out ahead for a first down. Runs over a defender to the 45. Another broken play, goes for 13 yards. Larry Stringham out of the backfield. Nathan Mall with a great headsy play to find his running back in space. First down to the 45-yard line.
17-yard pickup. And to be honest with you, I think it was a design play to go to Stringham. However, it was upset by the fact that Nathan Mall dropped the ball.
Quick snap, handoff to Larry, looking inside again. And I know Larry Stringham likes to run inside, but they're really good inside with that D-line and those linebackers. 1 yard there, second down and 9 at the 46. 8:14 to go in the first half. 7-0 Marian on top. St. Francis trying to answer the touchdown drive from Marian. Nate Mall back into the game, or still in the game, I should say.
Yeah, pretty much the same lineup for the Saints. Larry Stringham right behind him. Carl Bew and Connor Ingstrom to the right side here, split, and Ryan Little to the left.
And first sack of the game. Well, I don't know. Was it a loss? Looks like no gain.
Yeah, but there was heavy pressure that time. There were 3 of the 4 defensive linemen in the backfield that time, right around Nathan Mall. He spun around, got out of one, and was fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Be 3rd and 9 now for the Saints. I don't know if the Saints, have they converted on 3rd down this afternoon? I don't believe so.
They're 1 and 5.
Okay, 1 out of 5.
Friddle motions right side to left side here on 3rd and 9. Nate Mall drops, looking, fires outside, and he's lucky he overthrew that one because if it was on target, it would have been a pick 6 for Dimitri Jones. And that would not have been the first shallow out route that he would have thrown a pick 6 on this year.
So the Saints are getting some first downs. They've gotten now 2 on back-to-back drives, but they need to just get a little bit more. Need to keep sustaining it, especially the fact that, their field position has been so poor. It's really been no farther than the 28-yard line this afternoon. Their own 28.
82 total yards for the Saints offense. Nice angled punt from Guerrero. Bounces at
nice.
the 20, takes a
nice.
Oh, but it touched it. I believe it touched the. Oh no! Oh, they are marking it back inside the 2-yard line. They threw the beanbag at the 8. I thought he was going to mark it there. May have hit the heels of one of the gunners, but I guess not. Great
I don't
punt.
know where they're going to mark it. They might mark it at the 14 now.
That's where they threw the beanbag. I thought it might have clipped a heel.
Yep, they're going to mark it at the 14.
7:14 to go in the first half. 7-0 Knights. They scored on their last drive. Let's see if the Saints can get back into that defensive rhythm that they were in.
6th offensive series for Marian this afternoon.
Elijah Price in for the first time at running back for Marian. Very dangerous in his own right. Polk in the gun. He'll play action. Roll right. Fires across the field.
I'll get it.
Nearly intercepted. It was off the hands of the tight end on the crossing route. Incomplete. Intended for Ben Uran, but almost intercepted for St. Francis by Rob Baranowski.
Yeah, it was a little bit too high, and Baranowski was a couple steps behind the tight end that time and almost had his first interception of the season.
That might have been a pick six if you were able to come up with it.
Yeah, for sure.
7:08 to go, first half. 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass at the 14-yard line. Marian in their own territory. Polk in the shotgun. Has Price to his left. He's going to drop back to throw. Fires in the middle of the field. Batted in the air. Nearly intercepted. But a late flag comes in for a pass interference. It looks like maybe just a little bit early reaching around the wide receiver to bat that one away.
I don't know about that. That's pretty good coverage right there.
We've seen a lot more not called.
I mean, he was just like right on his back, and he reached over to knock the ball away. I didn't like it.
I don't either. Like I said, maybe letter of the law was there a beat too early, but like I said, we've seen a lot more contact than that not called.
Only go for 8 yards because it was obviously not the 15-yard territory beyond that, but it'll be another first down for Marian here.
Another free first down by penalty for the Knights, something they definitely do not need. Hand off to Price, defended well by the Saints, but they got to tackle him first. They get him at the 29. That's a pickup of 7. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, that was similar to the play that Keegan Bell ran for 57 yards. Just went to that left side, broke a couple tackles, and got free. Good job by the Saints of at least containing it this time.
Elijah Price, no bigger than Keegan LaBelle. LaBelle's 5'7", 190. His replacement, Elijah Price, 5'7", 180. And he gets the handoff here on 2nd and 4. Behind that offensive line, breaks free to the outside, cuts it up the numbers, and a first down past the 40 for the Knights. How quick is he? God, what a 1-2 running back. It's not a lightning and thunder, it's a lightning and lightning.
Yep, for sure. And you can see Marian starting to gain its momentum.
Yep.
It just seems like it's a little bit more, like the yardage is just starting to pick up. It's not 2 and 3 yards anymore. It's 7 and 8.
First down for Polk and the Knights. Snap to Polk. Looking to throw, looking for the home run ball. He overshot his receiver again. He had him on the post route. A great route ran by James Coverstone. Again, that was almost the exact same play as the first play from scrimmage where they had Coverstone downfield. And it's the exact same result. Tristan Polk overthrowing him. And Coverstone looks frustrated by the lack of downfield accuracy here.
Yeah, and Polk, that time, the Saints had a couple guys blitz, including Nick Franciscovich. But still, Polk had plenty of time, really wasn't pressured into throwing it, and just overshot his man.
Corners are off here on 2nd and 10. The handoff inside. Nice tackle inside by Richards. Only about 2 yards there for Elijah Price.
I'll tell you what, right now, Alan Richards is the defensive MVP this afternoon. He is reading the blocks. He is reading the plays. I don't know if he did extra study time and watching film, but he has been on top of it this afternoon. And I'm not saying he hasn't been all year. He's done a fantastic job, but today he is superior.
5 minutes to go in the half. 7-0 Knights. 3rd down and 8. Another 3rd down situation. Snap to Polk, looking to throw. Blitz coming. Hit as he's thrown. Downfield and
yes,
nearly intercepted. Oh, I don't know how he missed it. How did Michael Hackman not have his 6th interception of the year? Brings out 4th down, but Hackman, I guess if he intercepted that ball, it would have been kind of like a punt. He might have had a chance to return that back, but Mason Hackman's got 5 interceptions, and he should have had 6 right there.
And again, the Saints coming with pressure. Rob Baranowski put a hit on the quarterback, and Alan Richards was also coming in on the blitz.
They're going to go for a block, or are they going to drop some? What do you think? On 4th down and 8. Good snap. They're going to fake it. Who saw that coming? Nobody's open downfield, though. He flips it, and that one is incomplete. Turnover on downs at the Marian 43 on a fake punt that goes incomplete. They covered it well. I think they tried to. Do you think they baited him into a fake? Because we
got a penalty marker now on the field here. And another one coming. Now, this may be an ineligible man downfield.
Yep. I think the offensive line was probably downfield on that play. There's 2 flags, though. Is it probably the same penalty?
The second guy just threw it late.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to ask Coach Curry what he wants to do, and I'm sure he's going to decline it.
Yeah, if you're –
because you got the ball at the Marian 43 the Marian 43-yard line.
Yep, St. Francis ball. Wow, what a turn. St. Francis given an opportunity here, a very favorable field position with 4:49 to go and a chance to tie the game. I think they knew they were going to fake it. I think they put everyone on the line of scrimmage to look like they were going to go for the block, and they dropped off defenders to cover the pass because there was nobody open for the punter to throw to.
And again, I'm surprised a little bit. I don't know if it was a design fake because, again, there were so many guys downfield for Marian.
Carl Bew in the game. He hands off, though, on 1st down, and Marian saw that one coming, and it's going to go for a loss. I don't want to get a little forward progress there, but they hand it off to Larkins. Carl Bew into the game at quarterback, the 3rd quarterback of the half for St. Francis, something we have seen before.
Well, it's a 3 on that play, and that's I want to say, I mean, we've had a yardage of maybe 1 yard loss, but this one was for 3, so that might have been the largest loss of the afternoon for the Saints.
2nd down and 13 at the 45 of Marian. Play action, Carl keeps it, going to the edge left. He's chased out of bounds near the original line of scrimmage. Pickup of 3, 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Saints. You're not going to get many of these opportunities here. I would have liked to see him going back to the quick pass game that they've seen some success in the first half. I'm sure that Marian's made some adjustments, though.
And Nathan Malk checks back in.
Larkins will be the running back behind him on 3rd down and 10. 3:53 to go in the first half. 7-0 Marian. St. Francis trying to get on the board. Nate Mall taking his time here. 10 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan is here.
They can take a timeout. Yep. Timeout St. Francis. 3:31 to play.
Second timeout by the Saints, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken. You are correct. Marian 173 yards of offense. St. Francis with 81. 57 of those yards came on they got taken back, right? No, the 57-yarder was still the longest play of the game. They nearly was a 90-yarder by Keegan LaBelle that he actually had a foot on the sideline and went out of bounds early.
What are the Saints on 3rd down now, Nick? 1 for 6?
Yep, Marian and St. Francis are both 1 for 6 on 3rd down.
And Marian came in at 50% conversion rate.
I think what's surprising me the most so far in this game is the lack of downfield accuracy by Polk. He's thrown a couple of passes that could have been picked off already downfield and missed some open receivers. All right, here we go. 3rd down and a long 10 for St. Francis at the Marian 46-yard line. Great opportunity here for the Saints to at least get in field goal range. Here's the snap to Nate, dropping back. Plenty of time. Fires one into Hackman, but he couldn't hold on to the 30-yard line. It would have been a first down. Nate did a nice job of fitting it in the window, but maybe a little bit low. Hackman probably would tell you he should have caught that ball. But here comes Adrian Guerrero again for another punt for St. Francis.
You know, and this is one of those interesting things right now. Do you go for it on 4th down here, or do you pin them back? And again, you got 3:28, and again, wherever Marian is on the field, they're dangerous. So I guess pinning them back makes the most sense.
I would agree with you.
Keep it 7-zip.
Good snap to Adrian. Angles it right. Low kick. Opportunity to return from the 12-yard line. In the air he goes. Dangerous play by the return man at the 14, 15-yard line. The returner was Montassi Clay again and tried to leap over the defender who really didn't go low.
No.
So
it was Rob Baranowski on the tackle.
Nicely done by the St. Francis.
That's usually a play that you see when somebody gets a touchdown and the offensive lineman goes over
lifts them up,
to the running back or the quarterback. How many times do we see that with an offensive lineman and Sam Tumblety through the years?
Yep. 3:20 to go in the first half. Marian gets the football back at their, we'll call it 17-yard line.
Got to get a stop here. You want to keep it no more than 7-0.
Keegan LaBelle back in the game, has another nice hole. Tripped up right at the 21, a pickup of 4. Well, they give him the 22. So 5-yard pickup by Keegan LaBelle, and he's just always inches away from breaking one.
Yep, Nick Franciscovich took out his legs that time. Kept him from getting any more yardage.
You can't over-pursue on Keegan LaBelle. You have to be so fundamentally sound as a tackler. 2nd and 5. LaBelle left of Polk. More LaBelle on the handoff, but he's hit the backfield again. Was it Richards again? No, I think it was one of the defensive linemen who got a nice push. Bryce Pollard, the freshman.
Yep, for sure.
That's a loss of 2. 3rd down again for Marian. They're only 1 for 6 so far in the game. That was me knocking on wood.
All right, let's get a stop here on 3rd down, and you got plenty of time. 2:20. You got. You'll have a 2-minute warning as well.
2:13 and counting here. 2 deep safeties. Corners are off the receivers. 3-man rush by St. Francis. Polk time going to the sideline, and again 10 feet over the head of his intended receiver, Vaden. Polk having a rough day throwing the ball. Right?
Yeah, for sure. If you come in and hitting 62% of your passes, what is he right now? Under 50%, I'm thinking.
5 for 12, under. 5 for 12, 53 yards, and an interception.
All right, let's get hopefully a return. Now, this is where you have to be careful. You know, we're late in the fall, and where the sun is at, and you can see Connor Engstrom right now holding his hand up to block out the sun.
Nice high punt. Engstrom will let this one bounce, and it goes out of bounds. We'll take that all day long at the 43-yard line. So only about a 21-yard or a 40-yard net punt. St. Francis, decent field position again here. Just a few ticks under 2 minutes as we hit our 2-minute warning. If nothing else, this is at least got to give St. Francis confidence that you can play with one of the top teams in the country, and hopefully they have some of that momentum, that confidence, that energy coming out in the second half. Hopefully they can do it now with 154 to go.
And to be very interesting for the Saints is if they can score here, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown, like you said, that gives them the confidence going into the second half. And, Nick, they will have the ball to start the second half.
Yep, for sure. St. Francis has held their opponents to pretty low third down percentages all year long, so we maybe shouldn't be so surprised. St. Francis's opponents are only 21% on third down the last couple of games. For the year, they're only 31.5%, so they're always a pretty stingy defense on third. But let's see if this offense can get going. Carl Bew, the quarterback right now.
And Johnny Sorensen.
Sorensen goes in motion on the jet sweep, fakes it to Johnny. Carl tried to keep it, and just not a lot of room up front. Look at those big boys on that defensive line. Making the stop was P.J. Huff, the defensive lineman, 6'7", 275.
Yeah, I'm not certain. Other than Barry's, he had like an 8-yard run. Other than that, it's been no more than 4 yards up the middle for the Saints.
Longest has been 11 yards from Sorensen.
Barry in there along with Mull.
Play action. Engstrom's open in the middle of the field. He found him. Nice play up to the 35, and that's going to flip the field for St. Francis into Marian territory. Engstrom took a little bit of a shot at the end, but he's okay. He was open on a route, and Nate Mull put it all right on the button.
17-yard pickup for the Saints and a first down deep in Marian territory.
Nate Mull dropping, throwing to the sideline, and tripped up and out of bounds. I think that was probably uncatchable.
And that's one guy, Connor Engstrom. We saw a lot of him the first 4 weeks.
Yep.
He had that 2-touchdown game early in the season, and we haven't heard much from him lately. And I'm not saying anything against Connor. It just he hasn't been given the ball as much. It's been Hackman lately, and obviously Ryan Little. So nice to see Connor Engstrom come up with the 17-yard reception.
Safeties shift over to Ryan Little's side. They throw another one in the middle of the field, and it's complete to Hackman at the 25. That's a first down for the Saints. And they're going to race up to the ball with 64 seconds to go. Here they go. Look at the Saints. And now a timeout called by Marian to slow him down.
Or are they going to say something with the ball, the spot of the ball? Yeah,
Oh,
they're
they
going to
give
mark
an
it
extra
to yeah, we'll take that.
Sure, okay.
Down to the 25.
So no timeout.
And now there should be 1:04 back on the clock.
Yep, 1-0. They're going to put 3 on it. Nice job of officiating the game there to recognize that.
Yeah, I looked up and I saw 1:04 when they were getting to the line, and then the one of the line judges stopped the play because the ball was in the wrong spot.
First down for the Saints. Barry behind Mull. Mull to throw. Over to the right side, it is caught at the 20-yard line. That's a pickup of 5. I would have liked to have seen a little more zip on that ball from Nate. He kind of lofted it out there. It was enough for the completion. Second down at the 20-yard line for St. Francis. 40 seconds.
Deepest penetration for the Saints this afternoon.
Nate to throw again. Quick out again to Friddle to the 15-yard line where he goes out of bounds. That's a first down for the Saints. The coverage from Marian soft right now, keeping everything in front of him.
And this is what Coach Curry talked about. He thought that the Saints could exploit this defensive backfield if Nathan Mull got rid of the ball quickly, and that is what he is doing this afternoon.
Corners up tight on the receivers. Mull in the pistol. 3-step drop, fires to the left. Ryan Little reaches out inside the 10 and picks it up. We thought that was going to be an interception from our point of view, but Ryan Little makes a heck of a play. Gain of 7 inside the 10. Second down and 4.
And the Saints still have one timeout. 19 seconds on the clock.
Going to Little, and it's intercepted near the goal line and out of bounds. They saw it coming a mile away. They knew they were going to go to Ryan Little, and he stepped in front of it. Intercepted at the 3-yard line. A turnover inside the 10. Saints had a golden opportunity, but Nate Mull's first interception of the game turns it over. Oh!
Ryan Little down in the end zone. Hopefully he's not hurt, but he might be. Training staff coming over.
He's not getting up quick.
I don't know if he's cramping. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
You got to throw that ball in the air.
Yeah, that was the mistake, and that's usually what Nathan Mull does to Ryan Little, and Ryan Little just goes up and makes the catch. That one was a line drive and not the play that you wanted there. And Little gets up slowly, but I think it's more of just a cramp.
I don't mind the play call. I don't mind the target.
Correct.
I don't mind the quick pass to Ryan, but you got to get some air underneath it to give him a chance to go up and get it, and not try to throw a line drive that could be picked. And that's what happened.
And
14.
now most likely Marian will just down the ball and we'll head to the half. With the Saints trailing 7-zip.
Don't sleep on it here. They are in the kneel down formation. Keegan LaBelle about 10 yards behind.
The Saints do have one timeout left. Not sure they would use it here.
Polk in the kneel down formation. They're going to run it. Keegan LaBelle to carry. Breaks through to the linebackers up to the 10, make it 11-yard line.
And if I was Saints,
just go ahead. Let's let that go. And that brings us to the end of the first half. Saints are playing with the number 7 team in the country. Marian, ranked number 7, had a golden opportunity to tie the game, but an interception at the goal line will bring us to the end of our first half. 7-0 Marian here in Indianapolis. We'll take a breather here in the box, come back with some halftime numbers, and the second half in about 15 minutes from now.
Fans, today's halftime is brought to you by Spot, a proud partner of Marian University Athletics. Fans, please welcome to Ascension St. Vincent Health Field your Marian Night Dancers, led by head coach Tamara Ammons-Jones. One more time, give it up for your Marian Night Dancers. The marching band is under the direction of Michael Porter with assistance from Evan Drybrett, Chelsea Huey, and Tim Patton. The marching band is here to get you ready for some football. The Knights go to war against the Fighting Saints. 1978, this slasher film introduced us to Michael Myers. Equally iconic is the music composed by the director of the film, John Carpenter. We continue our halftime show with the Halloween theme song. In 2013, the song by Fall Out Boy features our color guard and percussion sections. Here is Light 'Em Up. Arranged by Marian University's very own percussion director, Chelsea Huey. We continue with Bruno Mars' 2014 hit song, Uptown Funk. Athletes with the Marian University fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, how about one large round of applause for the Marching University Marching Knights? Knights fans, please direct your attention to midfield as we have a handful of Marian University student athletes and their favorite faculty members. Each student selected a faculty member who has made a lasting impact on their academic journey here at Marian. First, please welcome Erica Todd, a sophomore on the dance team, walking with Dr. Amy Hammis from the Department of Psychological Science and Counseling. Erica said Dr. Hammis is a very helpful and cares for her students. She takes the time to get to know her students and is very welcoming. Next up, Jade Dogan, a junior on the track team and field team, walking with Taylon Swafford, PhD, representing the Department of Social Work. Jade said he always strives to make sure every student's needs are met. He will not continue until each student understands the material for the students to continue on. Joining them, we have Leon Fernandez, a junior on the dance team, walking with Dr. Noelani Pelk, representing the psychology department. Leon said Dr. Pelk has been a great professor and guide. She provides a style of teaching that is very effective. She puts in great effort on setting her students up for success. Aside from teaching, she is very caring of all of her students. Joining them, we have Dexter Parker, a freshman on the track and field team with Dr. Camilla Devers. Dexter said Dr. Devers, because of her unwavering support since I set foot on Marian's campus. She always helps me when I am struggling without hesitation, and she makes chemistry enjoyable. Fans, let's give a round of applause to all of our students and their favorite faculty members for embodying the Marian spirit of learning, mentorship, and community. Thank you for all that you do, and go Knights!
Yeah, we gotta like try to get it right here in the window.
See if you're sitting in this visitor stand, those trees block it.
Yeah, well, I got this side of the field, you can see that side of the field, so together we can see the whole thing. We're just one of the better
About 3.5 minutes to go till we get the second half underway. It will be St. Francis football when the second half begins. Some first half numbers for you for St. Francis. Nate Wall, 50% through the air, 11 for 22, 98 yards, no touchdowns, one interception, which came at a pretty crucial time as the time was expiring there in the first half. A chance for them to put some points on the board ended up in an interception. For Marian, their quarterback Tristan Polk, 5 for 13 for 53 yards and an interception, just his second interception of the season he threw. On the ground, Keegan LaBelle, 14 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown. He had 290 against St. Francis last year. He's at, for all intents and purposes, 100 yards in the first half. One touchdown, a 57-yarder. Nearly had two touchdowns, or I guess he nearly had a 90-yard touchdown run in that first half. It was called back. Eventually, he did put that into the end zone. Elijah Price, 3 carries for 21 yards. Tristan Polk, a couple carries for 11. For St. Francis on the ground, Johnny Sorensen, 2 carries for 15. Abubakar Berry, 2 carries for 9. Carl Bew, 2 carries for 4. Larry Stringham, 4 carries for 4. And Aaron Larkins, 2 carries for -3. So St. Francis, 13 rushes altogether, 29 yards for just 2.2 yards per carry. Not much in terms of rushing offense. St. Francis has seen a modicum of success throwing the ball, but when they got in the red zone, when they got in the money position, a turnover there, and that's really the difference in the game so far. We could have been tied 7-7, but as it sits, it's 7-0 Marian as we get prepared for the second half. I should turn on your microphone.
Yeah, you should. And the key is, Nick, how many times have you heard it, during your career as a sports broadcaster? It's a 60-minute game, and that's what the Saints are going to have to play this afternoon against one of the top-rated teams in the nation. They've done it for the first 30 minutes, and I'm confident they can do it for the next 30. It's going to be really important how they come out here the second half. Hopefully they can use that momentum from the end of that first half, that last drive. It was their longest drive of the afternoon, too, and they were able to pick up, let me see here, 3 first downs. All of their other drives, no more than 2, and they had good field position that time. So hopefully maybe we can get a nice return from Carl Bew, Larry Stringham back there as well, as we get ready to start the second half and get this thing knotted at 7 as we approach the third quarter.
Some other interesting numbers as far as both teams are concerned here. Both St. Francis and Marian 1 for 7 on third down, and Marian with that fake punt failure was their first fourth down that they did not convert on the season. So another moral victory there for the Saints. But more importantly, the score is 7-0. And the Saints get the ball. Would have been nice to be 7-7 with the Saints getting the ball, but we'll see if Carl Bew's got any magic up his sleeve on the opening kickoff for the second half. There's the boot. Low line drive kick. Angle left, takes a hop into the end zone. Carl's not going to get a chance. Out to the 25 it comes. And we'll see if Nate Wall and company can make some kind of adjustments here or just keep doing what they're doing with the short passing game, and maybe somebody can break one for a big one.
Yeah, again, the key is going to be, you'd love to see just a couple of plays, running plays, just have 10, 15, 20-yard pickup, a Johnny Sorensen quarterback draw up the middle. But they are just so big and so strong up front. And where the Saints have had their success is that quick passing game. And that's obviously probably what they're going to have to do here in the second half as Nathan Mall comes on the field and Larry Stringham right behind him.
Play action to him. Angstrom's wide open in the middle of the field. He catches at the 40 and takes it to the 45. Nice pickup of 20 on the first play of the second half from St. Francis. Looks like they found something they like in that Marian defense.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, Connor, caught one pass in the first half, and that was that was on that last drive, and maybe that's an opening that you saw in the first half, and you're going to go to Connor a little bit more in the second half.
Inside run by Stringham, and he takes it past the 50 to pick up 8. And that's what that passing game can do. Usually your run opens up your pass, but maybe some of the throwing for St. Francis is opening up the run game a bit.
Yep, 8-yard pickup. That's the second time the Saints have had a run for 8 yards. So see if things can open up both with the run and the pass.
Throwing again, another quick pass is complete to Hackman past the 40. They needed 2 for the first down and got 8 to the 39. And quick to the line. Nate Mall clapping his hands saying, let's go, let's go. Trying to get Marian's defense on their heels here. On the ground, Stringham, a nice hole by the offensive line as he takes it to the 35. He picks up 4.
I'll tell you what, right now, just watching the first, 4 plays, it looks like the St. Francis offense is ready to go, and Marian's defense is not.
They got a plan here. Now just don't make the big mistake. 13:30, just underway, second half. St. Francis trying to tie this game. Play action, they're going to try to go long to Hackman, who's covered well. Down he comes. Flag comes in. It's going to be holding. And I'm a little worried about Nate because he got folded up. Nate got folded up awkwardly, and I just hope he's okay.
And what happened on that play, Nick, he was looking for Mason Hackman, but Donovan Rhodes, the cornerback on this sideline, gave a little bit of a chuck to Hackman to take him off his route, and then that slowed the progression of what Nathan Mall wanted to do and led to the sack.
So offsetting penalties, St. Francis a gift there. It's going to be second down again. Nate Mall limping noticeably after getting folded up on the sack. It's going to be 2nd and 5. 2 wideouts left, 1 to the right. Friddle, tight end right. The give to Larry, finds a hole.
There we go.
Bust through up past the 30 to the 27. Another first down for the Saints.
Another 8-yard pickup.
And a Marian defender slow to get up. He's going to have to come off, and he's holding his right shoulder. That's their big offensive tackle, P.J. Puff. 6'7", 275 pounds, running off the field. But they got just an equally as big guy taking his spot. Here's Nate to throw on first. Ow! Another interception. And the return is on up the right side.
Oh, my.
Up the sideline,
we got a penalty
on Marian.
Yep.
So the penalty is going to bring the pick 6 back off of the board. But another interception in critical position on the field.
And I think it was against one of their defenders. I don't know if he was blocking or holding Nathan Mall.
He's so far away from the field, too.
Yeah.
Like, what are you thinking?
Yep. Wow. So there you have. Did you hear that? Yep.
Taunting during the play.
Yep, and that's one of their top players, Isaiah Sheets. Wow. That
a taunting wipes off a pick
and that's exactly what he was doing. I saw him right next to Nathan Mall on that play. So that's going to take it back to the 24-yard line, and it was a pick 6.
Wow, I have never seen a taunting during the play wipe off a touchdown.
Yeah.
That I've never seen that before.
Yeah, like I said, I saw him there with Nathan Mall. I didn't know if he was holding him. I just, I saw the breakup after, and the referee was right there and made the call.
Second interception of the day from Nate Mall. 12:43 to go in the third quarter. First time we're going to see Tristan Polk and company. He's going to throw on first down. Checks it down, and it is...
Nope. That was...
incomplete. Referee says it hit the turf. It was a shallow cross that was batted into the air, but right into near the hands of their tight end, Ben Uran. Thankfully, it hit the ground. Second down coming up.
Am I right that... the quarterback that time was by himself in the backfield, or was LaBelle back there?
I think LaBelle was back there. He started back there anyway.
Yeah, I didn't see him. I see him now, but I thought on the play he was solo back there, and that would have been the first time this afternoon.
Yep, LaBelle is back there on second down. 4 down linemen for the Saints. Fake to LaBelle, keeper for Polk, shoulder down past the 25. He's only able to pick up about 3. That worked to set up a touchdown last half, but St. Francis defense was ready for it that time.
Nathan Shute, good job from his cornerback spot. He had a wide receiver blocking him. He evaded that block to get the quarterback and keep it to a 3-yard pickup.
3rd and 7. Marian is 1 for 7 on 3rd down today.
And now we've got a stoppage of play here. I'm not sure. The field judge and the back judge talking to the referee now. Not sure what it was.
12:09 to go, 3rd quarter, first possession of the half for Marian, facing their first 3rd down. 3rd and 7 from their own 27-yard line. See if the Saints defense has some kind of magic in them here. Already have 1 interception. Tristan Polk has been a bit inaccurate throwing downfield. St. Francis 4 linemen, they're going to rush 3 of them. Plenty of time. Check down to LaBelle on the catch. He's wrapped up at the 32. Not enough for the first down.
Nope.
It's going to be 4th down and 2 at the 32-yard line. Decision time for Coach Karras, and here comes the special teamers.
Yep.
Yeah. Every time they've tried to go for it on 4th down, they've made it. I think that punt, the fake punt, wasn't quite. I'm not sure what they tried to do here, but hurry to the line they do. Connor Engstrom back to return for St. Francis at his own 35. Clouds kind of blocking the sun this time for him. They're prepared for the fake, no rush on the punter. Gets a boomer off, spiraling backward, but it has a little backspin and is down at the 21-yard line. Thank you very much for the bounce. Because he booted it well over the head of Engstrom. He did have a bit of help from the tailwind. And that is where Nate Mall and company will start. Nate was limping last possession. We'll see if they trot him back out there or if we see Carl or Johnny or who knows.
And here's the key right now for Nathan Mall, Nick. He has to come in with that same confidence that he came in throughout the game. Yeah, he's thrown 2 interceptions he can't be hesitating. He's just got to stick with his game plan, make a little bit better decisions on some of those passes that he's made, but he's got to have confidence.
On the ground to Stringham. He finds a hole.
There he goes!
To the 40, 45, upended at the 47-yard line. A big run by Larry Stringham, and he fell on his hip very awkwardly, and he's calling for some help. Larry Stringham might be hurt here. Well, he's definitely hurt, but I'm not sure how hurt. He was hit from behind. His legs were taken out and kind of pushed in front of him, and he landed on his backside or his hip. I'm hoping it's not some kind of dislocated hip situation here.
Yeah, he had it was a 27-yard pickup and almost broke free from that one.
Yeah, Larry's not really a break-free kind of guy. He's more of a bust-through-the-line kind of guy.
I think he probably just landed on his back funny, but he sprints off the field, so that's a good sign.
Oh, thank goodness. Larry's been a great runner so far, and that's a big pickup by Larry on the ground. Abubakar Berry will take his spot as the tailback. Nate Mullen the pistol. 2 wide outs. 1 left is Little, 1 right is Bew. Friddle, the tight end right. Engstrom, slot left. First down at the 47. Berry, the carry to the 50-yard line. They give him midfield, so a pickup of 3. St. Francis having a little success running the ball.
Yeah,
here.
the front line, I was just going to say, doing a real good job right now. And, again, they're feeling that confidence of the last 2 drives they've been able to get into Marian territory at the 50-yard line right now.
Nate to throw, check down to Bew. He tried to break free. A couple of tacklers there for the Knights at the 45.
I'll tell you what, he almost did break free, and he would have been gone. It'll be 3rd and 2 now for the Saints, trailing 7-0, 10:26 left to play, 3rd quarter against the number 7 ranked team in the nation.
Stringham back in and gets the carry, and he picks up the first down. Look at Larry Stringham to the 40-yard line. He needed 3, and he got 5. How about this? We thought the running game would be very tough today because of the inside of the defensive line for Marian, but that's where they're having the most success.
And here's Larry again. He almost broke free.
Shoestring tackle to the 31-yard line. Jackson Scruggs had to come up and make the stop from his safety spot. It's a pickup of 9, 2nd and 1. Keep feeding number 30. Turn, give to Larry. Inside run. He just punched in the face there at the line, but was it enough? No gain on the play. Tackle made by Isaiah Streets. 3rd and 1 coming up. Now Larry needs a break. He tapped the top of his helmet. Here comes Barry again.
Nick, 41 rushing yards in the first half, 91 in this, 50 in this half.
Yep. 3rd down and 1 at the Marian 31-yard line. They are packing the box. Throw out to Engstrom. It's tipped at the line. He makes the diving catch for the first down. The nickelback who was guarding Engstrom was creeping in on the blitz, so Nate threw it out his way. It was tipped at the line, but thankfully a completion for St. Francis and a fresh set of downs inside the 30. Come on now, Nate. Good choices. Chooses to run to Barry. He picks up the first down. Abubakar Barry inside the 20 to move the chains. Look at the Saints run the ball. 8:40 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And you know what? This offense right now for St. Francis, what does it remind you of?
I don't know. I haven't seen this in a long time. Here's Barry, another run. Same play. Nearly the same result as he gets inside the 10. Close to a first down. 2nd and 1.
This is Indiana Wesleyan a month ago.
You're right.
Against the Saints. Mm-hmm. Get to the line of scrimmage right away. Get the play. Get the quick hitter, and you're going to have success. And that's what the Saints are doing right now.
Don't throw it. The give to Larry. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Could not get the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1 again. The defensive line for Marian up to the task that time.
Yeah, I prefer a run again here. The last 3rd down play, remember, was tipped, and Engstrom made the catch, fortunately.
I'm not sure you get another chance like this. This is 4-down territory for me. Give to Larry. Inside run. Looks like it's enough. It's a first down inside the 5. 1st and goal for the Saints.
I love it. The
big uglies up front doing some work against a vaunted defensive line for the Knights. No huddle. Stringham the tailback. The give to Larry, but they cheated on the run and got him in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 2.
Good job that time by the guy that we talked about before, Isaiah Street, coming from his outside position. You know, it's been Larry Stringham and Street's keyed on him coming from that left side of the defense and stuck Larry for a loss of maybe 1 or 2 yards.
2nd and goal from the 7. Barry the tailback. They give to Barry. Inside run. He gets back to the 5.
Down to about the 4.
Yeah, they give him the 4. 3rd and goal from the 4 now. Another chance inside the 5. This is the 2nd time they've been in this position. The first was an interception. Nate Mall claps his hands, say, let's go, boys. Offensive line probably very tired right now. The give to Barry. Inside run again. He's close. Oh, no. I thought they had more, but they only give him a yard. 4th down and goal from the 3.
You got to go for the field goal
and
here.
They're bringing on the field goal team for the points.
It's all right.
I don't mind it. What an offensive drive by the Saints running the football. Now the operation has to be good, and Guerrero needs to put this one through.
He's got 6 straight field goals. And this one is, again, like an extra point. It'll be a 20-yarder right in the middle of the field.
Marian overloading the left side of the defensive line. The snap's good. The hold's down. The kick's up, and it is good. The Saints put 3 on the board after a fantastic display of rushing the football. Was a penalty on the defense? No? What was it? There was an announcement from the referee, and I heard the word defense, I thought. But nobody's going back on the field.
I've got it being 15 plays, 79 yards, and took just under 6 minutes.
15 plays, 76 yards, 5 minutes, 43 seconds. Wow. Look at you. Look at the math on you. Look at the big brain.
Using my degree.
I'm using the information they give me. Nicely done. They were 2 for 2 passing, 12 carries for 68 yards for the drive. So there were 14 plays, 12 were runs. I would really have loved to see that one get punched in. But momentum swinging in the favor of the Saints. Just don't get burned by the big pass. Keep him in front of you here. 5:44 to go in the third quarter, 7-3. Saints hanging in there with 7th-ranked Marian. Guerrero, angle kick right. It's a short kick that'll be returned from the 10-yard line to the hash marks. Now back to the outside for the returner where he's punished around the 32. Nice return by Clay. Or was that Warner? I think that was 8 and Warner. 18, not 10. My apologies.
It'll be Knights ball, 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line.
All right, defense has been working here so far. They're going to have to keep it up. They cannot make any mistakes defensively.
It's time for the defense. Not that they haven't stepped up, but time for them to step up with another interception.
On the ground for Bell. No holes. Bounces outside and spun down at the 36. And how he was able to make that even 3 yards is because he just stood in the backfield hoping his offensive line would give him a hole. And once he saw that wasn't happening, tried to do it himself and was able to pick up 3. 2nd down and 7 for Marian after 36.
Yeah, I thought Alan Richards was going to get him right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't, but Xavier Gary was there to clean it up and keep it to a 3-yard pickup.
LaBelle to the right of Polk. Polk moving pocket right. He's going to throw on the run to the boundary. Diving attempt.
Oh, come on.
And the flag comes in at the end of that. It's going to be pass interference on the Saints. I believe it was Hackman.
No, it was
Was it Gray?
Gary
Or
again.
Gary. Oh, that was a rough one.
That's the same exact one that they called him on the last time.
And that was a diving play. How he could have interfered with the dive. That's a rough one.
From their own 43-yard line.
Fresh set of downs for the Marian Knights at their own 43 now. Don't let that bother you now, boys. I'm watching a replay. Oof, that's a tough one. First down for Polk to Bell. LaBelle inside run. Only up to the 45. They give him the 46.
Michael Carver on the stop there.
Picks up 3.
Also on the play, Isaac Johnson. Isaac Johnson has stepped up for C.J. Reeves. He's out for the season.
The ball spotted at the Knights' 45-yard line.
Huddle up here for Marian on 2nd down. They only give him 2 to the 45-yard line, so 2nd and 8. Four linemen defensively for the Saints. They rush all 4. LaBelle, another inside carry, again wrapped up at the line of scrimmage.
Fumble, and
they're going to say he was down.
Yeah, they're going to say he was down.
Forward progress was stopped at the 45-yard line. No gain, 3rd down.
Carson Hansen right there on the tackle. 3rd down and 8 for Marian, which is 1 for 8 on 3rd down, Nick, and they came in at a 50% rate on the season.
3 wideouts to the right. 2 deep safeties. Corners are off the receivers for the Saints. They're going to look over to the sideline and get a new play. No change in formation. LaBelle to the right of the shotgunned Polk. Rushing 4. Stunt on the inside. Throw to the outside for LaBelle. Incomplete pass. Another inaccurate pass from Tristan Polk, but even if he caught that, I don't think LaBelle would have got too far.
Yeah, he still would have been about 5 yards short.
Another 3rd down stop for the Saints. And they're going to get the ball back. Connor Engstrom will stand at the 20-yard line, and the big leg punter, Dean Mason, will punt from around his 30. Expect this one to touch the clouds, I would think. Nice boot. Up it goes. Fair catch called for. Flags come out before that ball was even punted, but the flags are back by Connor.
Was it delay of game or?
Signals a fair catch.
I mean, there was a flag right by Connor Engstrom as he was calling for the fair catch. And they're going to call illegal man on the field.
What?
I don't know if it was on Marian or St. Francis.
I thought I saw him pointing to the St. Francis
side.
No,
he was pointing to the Marian side. No, actually, no, it is going to be against the Saints. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty on St. Francis. It would still be 4th and 3, but at the 50-yard line. I would take the punt, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a good punt. Let's hear the
yeah, they're gonna have the defense.
So yeah, there was a 12 men on the field for St. Francis, and they get away with another penalty that's not going to hurt them too much. A relatively clean game from both teams who've been heavily penalized this year.
It'll be St. Francis football. 1st and 10.
The Saints started their last drive at their own 21 and drove down to the 3-yard line before getting a field goal. Let's see how they approach this drive here.
Well, keep running the ball if you can.
This will be the farthest the Saints have been from the Marian end zone, the 10-yard line.
Larkins, the tailback, looking for some room. Found a bit on the outside. Falls forward to the 18-yard line. That's a pickup of 8 yards for Aaron Larkins on the ground. They keep running left. They must like that side. And something they take advantage of on the left side of the line. That is the side that the tight end Friddle is on. And now 5 on the line for Marian. They give to Larkins. No gain on that play, hit at the line. It seems like they do well on first down, but they have trouble picking up the short yardage.
Yep. Was on the play by number 2, J.P. Downey, and number 22, Cade Hausman. No gain, it's down.
4 linemen for the defense for Marian. Larkins there, but they're going to throw. Pressure comes, and down goes Maul. It's another sack, losing 3. There for the sack, number 31, Ozzie Pollard, 6'4", 290 freshman.
And we talked about having to get rid of the ball quickly. That time they were looking for, Maul was looking for Connor Engstrom. Thought he was going to throw it. Engstrom looked to be open coming in on the inside slant, and then Maul pulled it back in, and by that time led to the 3-yard sack.
A punt from Adrian. I don't think it was
a
run, but he's got some room. Yes! Down from Guerrero. I think he saw the block coming and tucked it and went. That was all Adrian Guerrero on the fake punt and completion. The successful fake punt up to the 25-yard line. New life thanks to Adrian Guerrero.
And did you see the stiff arm on that play?
He was hit 5 yards shy of the line to gain, and he drug that Marian defender the rest of the way. Adrian Guerrero.
Sort of picked up his feet, too. Did you see that? Walter Payton. Great job. Saints get a new set of downs at their own 24-yard line. 1:36 left to play in the third quarter. Saints trailing 7-3.
First down for the Saints. Snap back to Nate. A flag's going to stop it.
Is that a delay of game? Yep, delay of game on the Saints.
Guys. The penalties. Moving back 5. First down and 15. Back to the 19-yard line now for Nate. You don't have to make it any harder. They're playing the run from Stringham, but he finds some space anyway to the 30-yard line. Nice pickup of 11. It's going to be 2nd down and 4. The run game continues to be productive for the Fighting Saints.
Yeah, that was the first time I think the Saints were penalized on first down. It was a 1st and 15 play. Thought they might go to the pass. Instead, they go Stringham off left tackle. He picks up 11 and makes it 2nd and 4.
They were in the backfield. Stringham tried to move out of the way, but he's going to lose a yard on that play. 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Saints. Again, success on first down is not equating to first downs.
I'll tell you what, on those second and short plays, I think you might have to mix it up with a quick pass that they're not expecting.
Well, that's when that defensive line pins the ears. Here's the pass from Nate. Fires right to Bew.
That's
Makes
holding.
the adjustment. It was actually holding on Carl, I think. I think they're going to get him for offensive pass interference.
I don't think so. I thought it was on Marian.
As it sits right now, it's a first down to the 42-yard line, and the reaction here is like you're right. I thought I saw Carl pull some jersey.
The 11-yard pickup for the Saints. And actually, they probably want to take the penalty, and it'll be 15.
Wow.
Okay, they decline it, but still it's a first down.
Yeah, they get pass interference on Donovan Rhodes against Carl Bew, so a fresh set of downs for the Saints via the air.
Yeah, so I want to see an 8-yard pickup on first down and then throw a pass on second down and really mix up this Marian defense.
Houseman, the only linebacker in the middle of this field. Everyone else up on the line of scrimmage. They're going to rush 5. Quick throw. They find Little on the slant. He's got to trust that Little's going to get leverage on the cornerback because he throws it before Little even breaks. And a nice job by Ryan to get in front of that corner to make the play. It's a pickup of 5 and a timeout.
Nope, that's going to be the end of the third quarter.
I can't see the clock. 7-3, end of 3. Saints within 4 against the number 7 ranked team in the country. Don't go anywhere. The Saints playing well and the momentum.
Saints come back on the field as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Saints at their own 47-yard line. Okay, this is where I want to see a pass play, Nick, because been running on every second down play. It's a little bit longer than usual, but again, Marian playing tight.
To Barry, and he's through the hole to the 40, to the 35, to the 33. A huge hole for Abubakar Barry, and it flips the field into Marian territory.
Okay, I'll take that play too. 20-yard pickup for Barry.
They really like something up front. The handoff to Barry, left again, cuts it up the hashes to the 30-yard line. He's only able to pick up 2 on first down there.
Barry carries the ball. Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8.
How about the left side of this offensive line?
For sure. For sure.
Matt Alston and Dave Smith, the tackle and guard, respectively. 2nd down and 8 from the Marian 30. He's going to throw, nothing there, and down he goes again. Offensive line doing a good on run plays, but having a tough time protecting him now. The sack that time from, again, Ozzie Pollard.
Big third down play here, Nick. Saints 5 of 13 on third down this afternoon. This one's a 3rd and 11.
Third sack of the game. Third down coming up for Nate Mall. Play action. He's got Little one-on-one. They go to the other side, and it's incomplete. He's got Mason one-on-one, I'm sorry, but overthrows Ryan Little and brings up 4th down. Do you let Adrian Guerrero loose here?
I think it's too far. It's going to be a 50-yarder.
He's got the leg.
It's going to be a 50-yarder.
The wind is
very limited.
Yeah, very light, but in his face, they're going to line up for a 50-yarder. Like you said,
this will be a career long for him.
Right at the 40-yard line is where the ball will be placed. Come on, Adrian. Good snap. Holds down, kicks up. It's not going to make it. Yep.
Short. Yep.
I like the attempt. I like the attempt. I would have went for a 2. I think he just got a bit underneath that one.
It's all right.
Yep.
Get a stop here. Snaps a string of 6 straight field goals for, or I should say 7 straight field goals for Adrian Guerrero. Had the one back in the third quarter to make this a 7-3 game, and now defense has to step up again. That was a 12-play drive, Nick.
First down for Polk. Low snap, picks it up, fires right, complete at the 40 and out of bounds. That's a pickup of 7 on first down. That one is complete to Warner again.
Gain of 6 on the play. Second down and 4 from the Knights.
What a great afternoon, huh? 55 degrees, sunshine, not much wind.
Make a play here. They got trips. Got 2 tight ends in there. Well, actually, 2 receivers and a tight end tight to the line left. They're going to hand off to LaBelle. Inside carry. No room to run there. He's only able to pick up 2, they maybe 3. So third down and 1 coming up for LaBelle.
And just kudos to both the offense and defense this afternoon for the Saints. They've really played fantastic. Let's see if we can get a win out of this. That would really upset the standings in that.
They're going to go for a little
League
quarterback keeper. I don't think he got there.
I don't think he got it either.
I think it's going to be fourth down. He did not get there.
He's going to be a yard short.
Yep, 4th down and 1. It's tough field position, but LaBelle is almost guaranteed to get a yard.
They're going to punt it. They're going to punt it.
Nick
Franciscovich. No gain on the 3rd and 1 play. The offense is mingling on the field here. LaBelle says, let's go. Give me the ball.
No gain.
They're going to go for it.
And you know what? They just reset the play clock. I don't know about that.
The referee did say to do it. Yep.
Oh, they just went off sides.
That's going to be a false start. We'll see. Offensive line thinks it was on St. Francis.
No.
A lot of discussion here, which would make you think that they might call this on the Saints for trying to draw.
I don't think so. They are going to.
Yep.
I don't know. I'd have to see a replay.
Yeah. Another penalty. This game has been more clean than the others, but penalties are still getting in the way.
Here's the replay, Nick. Oh, I saw their center.
Yep.
Their center picked up. Didn't like that call.
No, that's a bad break for the Saints there, but first down for Marian at the 46-yard line. Make it 47, their own 47. Fake to LaBelle. They're going to go downfield. Deep downfield. They have a man open. It's complete at the 20. Into the red zone on the first downfield completion for Marian.
About 40-yard completion, Nick.
That goes to Jacob. No, is it 19?
18.
I'm sorry, 18. Warner again. And all of that because of what we believe to a penalty on the wrong team.
Puts it at the St. Francis 14, and right now the Saints have to avoid Marian getting in the end zone, limit them to a field goal opportunity.
LaBelle right of Polk. They give to they do give to LaBelle. A gain of 5. The requisite 5 for Keenan LaBelle. LaBelle averaging 5.9 today. And I think they're bottling him up, really. I mean, he's got.
Well, he had the big run of 58 yards, so that's going to skew the numbers.
Keegan LaBelle, 19 carries, 110 yards. But yeah, you take that one away, it's 18 carries for 50 yards.
Yeah.
10.5 to go in the ball game.
How about a fumble?
That'd be great. LaBelle the carry, hit at the line of scrimmage. Freck is there along with Richards. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, Nico Friesek, I'll tell you what, a good performance by him too. Talking to Joe Curry, he got hurt in practice on Thursday. they weren't sure if he was going to play. The Saints only suiting up 6 defensive linemen this afternoon, Nick, because of all the injuries along that front line. And they have done an outstanding job. They've got a big third down play here. And I'll tell you what, if Marian doesn't get it here, I'm sure they're going to go for the field goal.
Saints bring in a couple DBs here on 3rd and 5. They will throw. Polk drops. Plenty of time. He's going to tuck it. He's got all the room in the world to run. He's chopped down right at the line to gain, and it will be a first down and goal. He needed 5, and he got 5. Nice headsy play by the senior quarterback, Tristan Polk. 9.5 to go. Saints trail by 4.
And that was one of the things that hurt the Saints a couple weeks ago against St. Xavier, where D'Ambrosia, couldn't find a receiver and then broke free and got some first downs on third down plays. First and goal for Marian at the 5, maybe the 4-yard line.
9:05 to go. Handoff to LaBelle. Stopped at the line, maybe a yard. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 4.
Alan Richards right there again. See how many tackles he's got today.
Richards has 8 tackles, 4 of them solo.
Yeah. Any for a loss?
Well, that's a good question. 2 of them for a loss.
For sure. It's been outstanding. Okay, let's go. We got to get 2 more stops here.
Tight end right, LaBelle left of Polk in the shotgun. Snap, fake. He's going to take it himself. Directing traffic, he gets a block and walks it in for a touchdown. Tristan Polk runs in his 8th touchdown of the season on the ground. On comes Ashton Vogel again, their freshman kicker, for the extra point. And a flag will come in. I guess they didn't throw it, thankfully, but the kick goes up and through.
Yeah, I'd really like to see that play again on the 4th down.
Yep.
And you know what? Really, right now, I mean, it's been two plays on the defense that they've given up that have led to their 2 touchdowns, the 58-yard run by LaBelle and now this 40-yard reception on the big play on this drive. And then offensively, just the 2 interceptions in Marian territory. So actually, I guess 4, 2 on each side, but 4 on the day. And again, that's really the difference right now for Marian and their number 7 ranking in the nation, and those are things you just can't do if you want to beat a ranked team. So still plenty of time, 8:22. Saints could get on the board and got to score pretty quickly, and then either get the ball back on an onside or do a 3 and out. But still plenty of time, and the Saints definitely have moved the ball in the second half. Actually, from the last drive of the 2nd quarter until right now.
Back deep to return, Carl Bew standing at his 6-yard line. Kick away, line drive kick. Carl will start from the 4-yard line. See if he can make some magic happen here.
Got some room.
He does break through to the outside.
He's going to go.
Carl Bew's going to take it. 94 yards for a touchdown. Carl Bew houses it on the kick return. Saints are back in it. Any flags on the field?
Nope.
I don't see them. Huge play by Carl to get the Saints back in the game.
2nd kickoff return for a touchdown. The other one, 100 yards, the school record. This one, 94 or 96? Saints going to go for 2 here? Makes sense.
Yep, they're down 5 right now. They're going to send the offense on the field. Let's see what Matt McCarthy has up his sleeve to try to get this within a field goal. Carl Bew with an absolute lightning strike from what we're going to call that 96 yards.
God, we were talking about putting together a drive and doing an onside kick and hopefully getting the ball back, and that one just took 13 seconds.
All right, they line up in a traditional offensive set. 2 wideouts right, 1 left, tight end right. Larkins behind Maul. He's going to roll right to throw. Back across. He's got Friddle wide open for the 2-point conversion. Saints within 3. What a play by McCarthy.
Wide open. I mean, there was nobody there within 15 yards.
Beautiful play design. Where was that for the touchdown in the first half or the second half? 8:09 to go, friends. Saints trail by 3 after a special play by Carl Bew for his second kickoff return for a touchdown.
I was surprised. I thought, when he broke free from around the 35, 40-yard line, I was actually looking for the kicker, and there was nobody there, and I was like, he's going to go. All right. What a ball game, huh? I don't think anybody expected this coming in. I mean, let's be honest.
I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a word.
And we got this.
St. Francis outgaining the Knights, by the way, offensively, 312 yards to 259 yards. Saints very balanced attack, 162 yards on the ground, 150 through the air. Momentum, I would say. Guerrero, short kickoff, trying to find that open space. Ooh, dangerous return from the Knights. And taken down at the 34, trying to see if they could get a good bounce there. But return made by Clay. And here comes the offense from Marian. Gut check time for the Saints defense.
Yeah, you got probably... you got 8:05 left. Love to have a 3 and out.
Yeah.
Just, you got that momentum right now. And if you can get a 3 and out and get that offense back on the field and the confidence that they have, let's take advantage of it.
First down for Polk. LaBelle to his right. The give to Keegan LaBelle. Nothing doing in the backfield. He is able to sneak through for about 4.
Rob Baranowski right there. Good job by Baranowski. He's had a big afternoon, too. Come up with some big stops. Be a 4-yard pickup.
4 carries. Has a quarterback hurry to go along with those. 2nd and 6 for Marian at their 39. Play action to LaBelle. They're going to go long. He's wide open. Underthrown. Diving catch is no good. Oof. He had a man, Aiden Warner, again, wide open behind the defense, and he missed him. Tristan Polk is having a real rough day throwing the football. There's no pressure. The pocket was clean. The route was good. He was wide open. The Saints are just a benefactor of Tristan Polk having a bad day.
All right, we got 3rd and 6, Nick. Definitely wouldn't go for it on 4th down here. So let's get a stop.
2 for 11. Marian is on 3rd down. 2 receivers tight right with a tight end. 1 receiver left here for Marian on 3rd and 6. Snap to Polk. 5-step drop. Looking, nothing there. He's going to step up and go.
Get him.
He's going to spin his way to a first down. Yeah, he got it up to the 45. Tristan Polk again does it with his legs to keep the possession alive for the Knights. 7:14 to go. You had him. Good coverage downfield.
For sure.
Tough when you only rush 3 because they got the 5 offensive linemen there to block just 3. And it's almost too scary to keep a linebacker to spy Tristan Polk because of how good his receivers are.
Yep.
First down to the 45 for Marian. 3 linemen for St. Francis. Fake to Polk. And wide open again is Warner. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks it to the outside, and finally taken down at the 29-yard line. Another big play downfield. They keep finding 18, Aiden Warner. And a Saint is down. I think that's Franciscovich.
Yep.
And he will have to be tended to.
Yeah, I don't know if he got his cleat stuck in the turf as he was going for the tackle, and Warner got by him. And actually, a good play by Ryan Banis, because Banis made the initial hit, and Warner got by him, and then he was slowed up by, it might have been Franciscovich, and then finally Ryan Banis comes up with the tackle. He's going to get up. Let's see. He's going to need help off the field.
If the Saints can hold him to
he's walking off the field. Nobody's got his helmet, though.
The referee's like, hey, you forgot your lid. Joe Curry's there to get it, don't worry. 6.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Saints trail by a field goal. If they can just keep Marian out of the end zone here.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a huge
Well, you
success.
know what? They can get a stop here, and as we mentioned, their field goal kicker, if we can get a field goal attempt, their field goal kicker is only 4 for 8 on the season, and he has missed from between 30 and 39 yards.
First down for the Knights at the Saint 30 after the long pass play.
Keep an eye on Warner here, right?
Yep. They pump
There
fake
he
on the
is.
screen. They go downfield, and it is caught at the 5 inside and broken or taken down by Hackman. It's going to be first and goal at the 2.
27-yard pickup, and Warner now, what, a 40-yarder, a 26-yarder, and a 27-yarder.
They just keep losing where he is on the field. They can't.
He's just got, a step on the Saint defenders. They had Ryan Banis one time. They had Michael Hackman, and now they have Xavier Gary on him this time.
5:42 and counting in the game. It's first and goal with one of the best backs in the country, Keegan LaBelle. They give to Keegan, sees a hole. He brings it in for his second touchdown of the game.
Wow. Get the momentum right back, Nick.
Yep, plenty of time. 5.5 minutes to go in the game.
6 plays, 61 yards. It took about 2 minutes and 36 seconds. All right. Carl Bew, do it again.
Yeah. Here's the extra point. Good snap, hold down. Kicks on the way. It's good. 21-11. Down 10 again. Another 2-possession lead for Marian with 5:29 to go in the game.
Well, this is, again, what we talked about at halftime. You had a great first half, and, you got to control them the final 30 minutes as well. And the Saints have done a solid job, but, again, just 3 plays right here on the last 2 series. One for 40 yards, one for 26, and one for 27. And Warner, what's he got? 93 yards on those 3 plays. Are those his only 3 receptions?
He's got 6 catches for 108.
6 for 108. But those 3, were all but, the 15 yards. Three receptions here late in the contest.
Keegan LaBelle, 23 carries, 118 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 1 touchdown shy of the Marian single-season record. He's got 18 touchdowns this season. Carl Bew, probably not going to get a chance, I would think.
Yeah, they might kick this one short. Or deep.
They tried to go over his head.
Nope.
And he will have a chance from the goal line. Right up the middle. No room that time. Did a nice job just to get it out to the 20.
Well, now you're going to have to score quickly. Trailing by 10. Saints have had a lot of good drives, but they've been, 12, 13, 15, 17 plays, and right now you can't do that trailing by 10 with 5:24 left to play.
Yep.
We haven't really seen the Saints go deep this afternoon, have we?
Nope.
Yeah. And again, it's hard, too, when you have to get rid of the ball right away. They're asking him to reset the play clock.
They go deep looking for Hackman, and it is tipped at the last minute. Great defensive play. Curtis Faust, the junior, to knock it away, looking for Hackman on the one-on-one. It's going to be tough. If you're just going to throw it up for grabs, the safety's going to roll over, and it's going to be 2 defenders on 1 wide receiver for the Saints, and that's going to be a tough task there. You got to come up with a better plan to go deep on that.
Yeah, and Marian going with a 4-man front. We've seen him with 5 and 6 men with the linebackers coming up.
Here's Nate Mall to throw again. Looking for Friddle right through Jake's hands and nearly intercepted behind him, but it does fall incomplete. 3rd down. A good throw, but Jake had a tough time bringing that one in.
Now you got to worry about the 1st down and not so much the big play. Because, again, at this point, you wouldn't want to go for it on 4th down, even though it's 5 minutes left in the game.
Passing play, they're going to rush 4 on Nate. He gets rid of it, trying to find Carl Bew, but a little bit underthrown will bring up 4th down. With 5:10 to go, they will punt it away.
The Fighting Saints, number 61, Adrian Guerrero, is out to pass.
Yeah, and good decision here. But now the defense will have to step up. You'll have to get a 3 and out. I think the Saints have used 1 timeout here in the second half, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
doesn't show up on the board.
You have 3 timeouts for both teams.
Okay.
Good snap to Adrian. He gets it away. Fair catch called for at the 49 of Marian. Well, they're going to give him the 50. Why not? Almost said the 51. One of my favorite things to do.
All right, let's get a 3 and out. See how Marian attacks this. I think they want to stay on the ground, don't you?
You would think, but Keegan LaBelle not. Oh, there he is. Now I see him. Marian starts the drive with 5:05 to go at the 50-yard line. They give to LaBelle, sweeping right. Tripped up by 1. It takes another 2 Saint defenders to finally bring him down at the Saint 47.
Carson Hansen just missed him in the backfield.
As do many linebackers in the NAIA. That's what Keegan LaBelle does.
And that's really, we've seen, and heard about all this LSU stuff this past week. And that's what this is. This is the purity of, Keegan LaBelle at 5'7", 170, 180, 190, whatever he is, he's not going to excel at the Division II or Division I level, but he does so here, and it's great to see. For anybody at this level, it's pure athletics. It's education-based athletics.
You got it. That's a pickup of 3 and a timeout by St. Francis. They're going to start burning them here with 4:18 to go, bringing up a 3rd down and 4 situation for Marian. So good things and bad things, right? Good things for the Saints. Their rush defense against Keegan LaBelle has been pretty good. I know LaBelle's got 124 yards, but 50 of them came on 1 play. So you wipe that off. You're down to, 25 carries, 75 yards, besides the 1 long break he had? That's pretty good for Keegan LaBelle, who averages 112 per game.
And we saw him rush for 290 last year, remember?
Oh, I remember. Other games across the MSFA today, Indiana Wesleyan at Taylor. That's going to be a good game. That's going to go a long way to decide the Mid-East. Lawrence Tech and Madonna going at it. Siena Heights and Defiance. That's the Mid-East schedule today. In the Midwest, Olivet is at St. Francis, Indiana, just up the road to Fort Wayne. And St. Xavier at Judson today. Here we go, 3rd down and 4 for Keegan LaBelle and these Marian Knights. 4:18 to go in the game. Saints trailed by 10. 8 in the box for St. Francis. They give to LaBelle. No, they don't. They let Tristan Polk take it around the side and slide for a first down. That play works every time just because of how much attention Keegan Bell draws from the defense.
Checking some scores from around the league. Second quarter, late in the second quarter, St. Xavier 28, Judson 14.
Hey, well, how about that? How did Judson score 14 points on St. Xavier?
St. Francis, Indiana 17, Olivet Nazarene 10 midway through the third quarter.
That's pretty
Siena
surprising,
Heights
too.
on top of Defiance 28-13 late in the fourth quarter. Lawrence Tech over Madonna 30-10 midway through the fourth. And Indiana Wesleyan shootout 56, Taylor 48.
LaBelle on first down, brought down only a yard after the line of scrimmage. Alan Richards, I believe, was the one there.
The numbers for Indiana Wesleyan's offense this year.
Yeah.
They're averaging like 50-some points a game.
Their passing attack is something special. And don't forget, this Marian team beat Indiana Wesleyan earlier in the year, 52-42.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on. I think just a bad day at the office for Tristan Polk. Second down and 9. LaBelle left to Polk. Polk's going to keep it. They made him switch directions that time, but he's still able to use that big 6'4" body to get to the 25, and the pile still moving to the 22. Another first down for Marian. 2:40 to go in the game. Into scoring position.
Yeah, that could do it right there.
Yeah.
Saints with only two timeouts left or one now? Did they use the?
Yeah, they did use one. Yeah, they got 2.
Okay. And this one, they'll be able to take down to the 2-minute warning. So right now, if you're the Saints, you don't want to let Marian get in the end zone one more time because that will deflate a little bit the performance of the Saints this afternoon when you look at the score, right?
Yeah, if the scoreboard on the MSFA website says 21-11, that looks pretty good for the Saints. That's a pretty good result. I think a lot of other people outside of the press box that we're in probably thought it would be a lot worse of a day for St. Francis. But, man, they gave Marian everything they could handle today.
Well, again, what do? You play that, comparison score game, and, you saw what Indiana Wesleyan did against the Saints, and then Marian beat Indiana Wesleyan, and Marian's putting up 35 points a game during their 7-game winning streak, held to 21 this afternoon. So, again, just kudos to St. Francis. They came in with a game plan that was really unbelievable because at first, and again, just talking to Joe Curry, it's going to be hard to run the ball this afternoon. That's what he said. But it's not going to stop the Saints from attempting to do it, and they did, and they had success this afternoon. Let's see what the final numbers were on the rushing so far for the Saints, 162 yards.
No touchdowns, though.
Yeah.
It's a second game in the last 3. The Saints offense has been kept out of the end zone. That's the big thing. They've had some nice drives. They've had some nice plays, but they've never been able to finish it off. Polk takes the snap, hands to LaBelle on first down. He breaks left, cuts it up the hash marks, get a huge block, and he takes it into the end zone. And we have a new Marian University record holder in career rushing touchdowns.
And the big play, you heard the fans on the near sideline. The big stick on the play was by the quarterback, Tristan Polk. He made the hit.
Ashton Google in for the try, being held by number 0, Dean Mason.
Fourth quarter has done the Saints in, unfortunately.
Yeah, Polk with a big block on Hackman to set up that touchdown. I'm just happy we got to see Keegan LaBelle play because what an amazing football player. And there he is, Keegan LaBelle. They put it on the stadium here. Now the single-season rushing touchdown record holder for Marian.
Yeah, 19 touchdowns. He came in with 16, and that ranked, I think, 5th in the nation. like I said, he's not going to do this at the NCAA 1 or 2 levels, but he can do it here, and that's the opportunities that are presented for everybody on this field, for Marian, for St. Francis, and the over 100 universities that sponsor football at the NAI level.
If you can play, there's a spot for you. It does. If you think you're too small or you don't think you're big enough, there's an NAI school that can find a spot for you if you love to play.
And again, look at some of the Saint players. You know, you're going up against some of these bigger guys. We talked about 297 pounds across the front line offensively for Marian. And look at some of the guys that just sticking their nose in, the Nick Franciscoviches, the Rob Baranowskis, the Ryan Bannises.
Yep. That's what makes NAI football so fun to watch, yeah. Here's the kickoff after the score for Marian. They're going to short pooch kick right. It's going to be Stringham, I believe, from the 20 at the numbers. He'll bring it to the middle of the field, cuts it up in between the hash marks, and to about the 33.
Stringham on the return for the Fighting Saints.
147 remains.
Tackles by the Knights.
Well, what you want to do right here for St. Francis right now is, again, try to cut this deficit to 28-18, make it a 10-point game. At the same time, you don't want to get another turnover and possibly lead to another touchdown for Marian. Because right now, Marian, you know, with the rankings and everything, you got to impress. And right now, a 17-point win over a 3-4 team is not impressive. Going to reset the play clock.
Yeah, the play clock operator a little bit
struggled.
They were trying to reset it on the last drive too. Kind of missed the signal there. Here's Nate Mall in the shotgun with Barry behind him. 3-step drop. Rolling right, dumps it down to Barry. Takes it to the 40 before he's run out of bounds. Pick of about 8 or 9.
Good job by Mason Hackman that time, blocking downfield. Saints given that effort all the way through this afternoon here in Indianapolis.
They give him 8, 2nd and 2. It's going to be at the 41-yard line for St. Francis. Same formation, 2 wide outs left, 1 right, corners off. 3 safeties are deep for Marian. 3-man rush. They get to Mall, has to run to escape. Tried to dump it off to Little, but he threw it kind of high over his head and made a little jump for it. Brings up 3rd and 2.
It's incomplete. Brings up.
Third down and 2 for Nate Mall. Marian will rush 3, drop 8. Quick pass outside to Carl Bew. That's going to be enough for the first down. Yes, sir. Up to the 44-yard line. 1.5 to go in the game. Clock stops for the change to reset. And there it starts again. Tight end right, 2 wide receivers left. Carl Bew all alone to the right. To the outside.
Oh, no.
Picked off. And Barry's going to push him out of bounds.
Is that the 3rd interception, right?
Yes, sir.
And they had 14 coming in. They've got 17 now. Let's see how they play it offensively from here.
And Nate Mall had 8 interceptions coming into today and now has 11. Keegan LaBelle, I would imagine, would be done for the day. And we'll see Isaiah Price. Or Asia Price, pardon me. Elijah Price, pardon me again. There we go.
3rd time's the charm.
I got it. Sorry there, Elijah.
I think they're just going to down it. No, they're playing.
They said they need to impress, right?
Yeah.
They're going to try to score. Elijah Price with a heck of a move. Still on his feet before Carson Hansen takes him down at the 22-yard line. It's close to a first down.
Price, the ball carrier for the Knights.
And I think Price might be hurt here,
St. Francis is number 22.
which is exactly why Keegan LaBelle's not playing.
And now the third string running back will come in.
That would be Hunter Newman, who's got 3 touchdowns himself in, I would imagine, some garbage time games.
Richard is 10 yards on the carry. He's out of the play. First down.
Under a minute to go, 59 seconds.
Oh, 49 seconds due to
10-second
injury.
runoff,
Yeah, injury.
It was a 9-yard carry. It'll be 2nd and 1. From the St. Francis 23-yard line.
I think they're going to kneel it here.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Well, like you said, they need to impress.
Yeah. If they run the ball, this would be the last play.
Yep, 35 seconds and ticking. They do. Oh, Newman kind of tripped there as he took the handoff, and down he goes at the 19. Timeout. Oh, no, they're going to stop the clock to move the chains with 29 seconds to go.
That should be it.
Yeah. They restart the clock.
The result of the play is a first down.
And they're not even going to bother snapping the ball. That's going to take us to 0-0 here in Indianapolis. Your final score, 28-14. Saints fall here on the road in an MSFA Midwest game. You got to give the Saints credit. They came out swinging. They held in for much of this game.
That's for sure. Really a great effort. And I'll tell you what, when you play a game like this, obviously you're disappointed in the fact that you lost by 17 points when you were just right there. But at the same time, it gives you a good feeling and good momentum going into your final 2 games. And if the Saints play like this, both offensively and defensively, I love our chances the last 2 games to close it out and get it to 500 for the season.
Absolutely. Final numbers before we let you go here. For Marian, 388 total yards, 233 of them were on the ground, and 148 of those were from Keegan LaBelle. 27 carries, 148, and 3 touchdowns. He's now the new Marian University rushing touchdowns record holder for a career. So congratulations to senior Keegan LaBelle, an amazing 4 years here at Marian. For St. Francis, 323 yards. Very good offensive day. Look at this, Dave. 323 yards,
Yeah.
162 on the ground, 161 through the air.
Yeah.
I mean, as even as you can make.
Yeah, and like I said,
323.
323 and 388 for Marian. So
St. Francis held Marian to just 4 for 13 on 3rd down. Unfortunately, weren't able to really get into the defensive backfield. 0 sacks for St. Francis. Marian's defense did sack Nate Wall 3 times. Defense played tough, but they came on at the end for 21 points in the 4th quarter to finish off the Saints by a score of 28-11. Nate Wall was 19 for 37. That is about 51%, right near his average, 161 through the air. No touchdowns, 3 picks. Larry Stringham led the way on the ground, 16 carries for 77 yards, the longest a 26-yard run, averaging 4.8 per carry. Abubakar Berry, 9 carries for 58 yards. Johnny Sorensen, a couple carries for 15. Again, the story to me, though, is just the inability for St. Francis's offense against St. Xavier 2 weeks ago, and Marian here, just the offense to get into the end zone when they had the opportunities.
yeah, and I know you can make comparisons all you want, but you look at similar situation with the Chicago Bears right now, right? They're getting into the red zone, but they're not getting the points that they want. You're seeing field goals from Adrian Guerrero, but you need to get 7 points, to stay in the game, and that's what the Saints needed this afternoon, and that's what the Marian Knights did.
Marian goes to 8-1, 3-0 in the conference. They will take on Judson here in Indianapolis next week, and will finish the year up in Chicago, taking on St. Xavier. For St. Francis, they fall to 3-5. They're now 0-2 in the conference. Next week, they are back at home, final home game of the season, to take on the Cougars of St. Francis, Indiana. And then final game of the season, November 15th, on the road to Bourbonnais to take on, I believe, the team that they have played the most in the 40-year history of St. Francis.
Good job.
The Tigers of Olivet Nazarene. Schedule, stats, records, everything you need to know at GoFightingSaints.com. Pleasure again, David. But
sorry for my groans.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. That's why you're here. Yeah, I love the deep embedded St. Francis perspective from a St. Francis lifer. Hey, we came into the game not knowing what we were going to get. It could have got ugly. But the Saints, they battled and made this one interesting until the very end, no doubt about it.
For sure.
They fell 28-11. We will see you next week back at Memorial Stadium to host the other St. Francis. We hope to see you there. Goodbye from Indianapolis. Again, the Saints fall 28-11.